Okay. Want to welcome everybody tonight. It is February the 16th, 2023. And looks like we don't have any guests tonight. We've got a few people we haven't seen. They've been coming and going, but we've got Mary's in the house. We haven't seen her on a Zoom in a while. And I think she's the only one we haven't had in a while. I think everybody else has been pretty regular, but want to say welcome to everybody. Victoria's in the house from Texas. Yay, Victoria. And Doris is actually here, not from Ohio, but from Tampa. She's here in Florida this week. So glad to see, we got to see her in person yesterday and today. So that's awesome. Got a few announcements I need to get through. Then we're gonna do the Jim and Robert. Jim is out in the woods, so he will not be here tonight. Robert was gonna try. I'm not sure if he's gonna make it, but hopefully he's in Las Vegas. It's like what 4 o'clock there right now, and he was supposed to be able to get to his room and get online. Hopefully by the time we get to the comments part of this, but if not, Lee and I'll handle it with the help from you guys. Anyway, and Jim left comments on every single assignment photos, so don't worry, he'll have something to say about it one way or another. So the announcements, we got a lot of announcements tonight. Don't forget about photo camp. For those of you that have not weren't around, we've done this in the last probably 5 years. We actually go camping. And we spend usually 3 or 4 hours in the morning, maybe 2.5 to 3 hours, doing photo shoot, photo walk out in the park, which this time is Rainbow Springs State Park up in north of here. And the club furnishes lunch. Then in the during lunch, Robert will have and if Jim is there, he's not sure whether he's gonna be able to make it or not. He's got some family things going on. We had a very lively discussion last year at lunchtime, and then your afternoon you can go walk around near the campground. You can go back over to the park. You can do whatever you want. Then Saturday evening is a potluck dinner, so everybody who's going to be there Saturday needs to bring some dish to share with everybody. And then if the weather allows, do some night shooting if everybody wants to. Last year it rained like crazy, so we left on Saturday before we even had dinner. But hopefully this year we won't have that issue. And so we'll have that. Some people I think we have a few spaces left for camping. It's tents only. So if you are thinking about doing either camping, or if you're just going to come for Saturday, because we need to know how much food we need to bring, please go to the website and sign up. There's a sign up form on there, and let us know, how many when you're coming and how many people are going to be with you, so that we have enough food for everybody. Anything else I need to add to that, Lee? Lee's in charge because I will not be here for that. I am going to be in Utah that weekend. So
in the afternoon on Saturday, if anybody wants to go kayaking, you can rent a kayak in the office.
Or you can bring your own kayak or your own canoe too. So there's a place to launch them right into the Rainbow River right there by the campgrounds. And you're going to take them on a guided tour to the springs. Is that right?
To the head springs. Yep.
Yeah, to the head springs, which is where the beautiful springs are, with really clear water. So you can actually take your boat right down there.
Yeah, it's clear water all the way to the head springs. Yeah. It's really beautiful.
Any questions? Yeah, be sure to go, if you haven't already done that, go sign up on the website. The next outing after that is our one-day Tampa Bay Camper Club, which is on April the 1st. That's the thing where we're going to do, and no matter where you are, from midnight to midnight, take images from wherever you want to in your neck of the woods, and we're going to put, take your best image, maybe 5 images for everybody, 3 to 5, and make a big slideshow of it. In Tampa, in the Tampa area, we're going to do you can shoot every rest of the day, but we're also going to get together for our outing at 4:30 at Tampa River Walk and spend a few hours out along the river shooting there. And we'll put some details together and put that on the website the next week or two. And those that were at the state fair last night, if you didn't go, we had a blast. It was a beautiful night. There was hardly any people there. And we were just talking about the fact that there was just enough people to keep the rides moving, which is when you're doing long exposures is what you want. So anybody that was at the state fair, if you wouldn't mind sending me, 3 to 5 images, so that I can make a slideshow before next week. I'd like them by Wednesday at 6 p.m. So I have enough time to put a slideshow together. Something that you guys are, other than the board, not aware of, in December, just before Christmas, we had a call from a friend who had decided to foster a young lady that was at a private school, and not a private school, but a school for troubled girls in St. Petersburg. And the young lady Lee organized as a annual, it's like help portrait. We go in and we shoot, do photographs of portraits of all the girls that want them there. And this woman that was going to foster this girl was one of the, she's a beauty queen and a, model. And she came in and helped with, styling the girls, doing their hair, their makeup and stuff like that. And she found out that this school was had funding cut by the state. So only the girls who had parents who could pay were able to stay there. Well, there were several girls that couldn't stay there any longer because they were being funded by the state. So she really latched on and got acquainted with this one young lady. And so she was in the process before Christmas of trying to get can't talk tonight, and was trying to get it set up so she could foster her. But in conversations with her, we found out that the young lady was very interested in photography. She asked us a lot of questions when we were there shooting, was interested in what we were doing, how we were doing it. And so we found out what was going on. We put together a whole bunch of equipment for her, cameras, lens, camera bags, tripods. We got her some gifts. The club actually bought a gift certificate from B&H so she could buy some stuff from B&H. And we kind of set her up to do photography. Jim and Robert both volunteered training time for her. So we kind of pulled this all together in about 2 days. So Lee was the instigator of it all, but we didn't even have time to talk to the board because we had to get it done because it was like 2 days before Christmas because we wanted her to have this stuff for Christmas. But anyway, the club is a 501c nonprofit, and one of the things that we're required to do, or we should do, is do things for the community. So this was kind of our 2022 last minute deal in order to do something good for the community. The board is talking about some other ideas of what to do, but I wanted to put it out for you guys. We don't need to hear about it tonight, but if you think about it, if you have something, and ideally I'd like it to be something to do with photography, but think about it, and look at, there's Robert with his hat on, and this must be his Vegas hat. But we want to do something, to give back to the community. I mean, it could be some sort of photography training or something, anything you can think of. Send me an email on our regular email address, mytbcc.com at gmail.com, and let me know your ideas, and we'll throw them all into the board will take a look at everything and see what's feasible and what's not feasible. So just I wanted to throw it out to you guys could contribute to these ideas as well. Any questions on that? Okay. I just wanted to go over the assignments that are coming up. Obviously, today's was minimalism reprised. Next month is macro. Obviously, we had to talk with Mike Moats last month. Think about it doesn't have to be flowers, but read the instructions on the website. They have to be a 1-to-1 or closer aspect ratio, or not aspect, but ratio. So in other words, true macro. And you cannot crop your image. So you need to get really close to what you're taking a picture of, so that it's actually bigger in your frame than what it looks like to your eyes. And so, make sure you do that so you don't give Robert and Jim a reason to say, this is not a macro. And there's a good description of it on the website in the assignment assignment listing. In April, it's a long exposure landscape. So, and it needs to be at least 1 second. Again, that's instruction is in the on the website on the listings. So make sure it's a long exposure landscape. I thought I had a speaker for that, and unfortunately she's not available because she just did a talk out of Chicago on long exposure landscape. It would have been perfect, but she's going to be out of town. She's going to France, or not France, Spain. Well, anyway, May is bird portrait. So that is not a bird flying. That is not a bird doing something. That's strictly, we're doing you want a portrait. So you want the bird, turn this way, that way, doing something where he's not flapping around. This is strictly a portrait. Not even, a little freebie for this time. You just got to get to a bird. That's all. Find a bird and take its portrait. Education nights. This month, next week, Robert and Jim will be talking about Photoshop and probably some Lightroom and some On1. Those of you who weren't with us last year, we usually have at one point during the year, we have a panel discussion where everybody sends in questions, and Jim and Robert spend the whole time talking and answering all these questions. Well, we had about 5 questions on Photoshop that was going to take way too much time. If we had done those, we would have probably gotten to about 2 of those and nothing else. So we promised that we would go back to those. So Robert and Jim have those questions. They're going to address those, hopefully as quickly as they can, and then get on to some other things, some stuff from Lightroom and possibly On1 and Capture One. So that's next week is all about post-processing. April, I think we have Rick Salmon. So I'm waiting to hear a confirmation on a date for him. As soon as I know for sure, I will put that out and let you all know. But if you're not familiar with Rick Salmon, he's one of the old guys in photography. He's written about 40 some books on photography. His last name is Sammon, if you want to look him up. He is primarily a travel photographer, but he specializes in not specializing. So he's kind of a character. So hopefully we will get him for April. Other than that, does anybody else have any questions or comments?
Lynn, on the photo camp, Rainbow Falls is, if I remember, a different location than the campground.
Right.
And the campground needed a code to get in. It was
Right.
gated.
Right. Anybody who anybody
when and where can we get that code?
Yeah, anybody who signed up, once you've signed up, on Thursday or Friday, we will send you an email with Lee's email. You'll have to call Lee for the gate code, and we will send that out once we have everybody signed up. We don't want to send it out and have to sign it out again. So once we have closed down the sign up sheet, we will send that to everybody. Send out his phone number to everybody, and then you can just call him and he will give you the number.
Okay.
Because we don't know what it is until that day. So
okay.
Yeah, we don't know what it is until that very day. So that's how we have to do it.
Yeah, they usually call in the afternoon with the gate code.
Yeah.
Sometime after 3, I'll probably have it.
Yeah. So it'll be after. So even if you're going to be there just for Saturday, you will need it as well to get in, because the lunch and everything is at the campground. This particular park, the campground and the park are separate by a few miles. So they're close to each other, but they're still separated. So we meet and we go in Saturday morning into the park, and then once we're done there, we go to the campgrounds to have lunch, and that's also where the potluck dinner will be as well. So you'll need the gate code in order to get in everywhere, get in there. You don't need to get in the park. You just have to go in there and pay the $2, I think it is. So, any other questions? Jack, anything on your end? Robert?
I just want to know if everyone can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Because I'm not sure about the internet. I just checked in, so.
Oh, you sound great.
Okay,
yep,
great.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you look like a different person with that hat on.
You look.
My work hat.
Robert, put everything on red. Or is it black?
Indiana Jones.
Okay, anybody else have any comments or questions? We'll get started on this craziness tonight. All right, let me get set up here. Oh, where'd it go? All right, come on. And as I mentioned, we'll go ahead, and Lee is going to be the third judge tonight. We're going to go through these pretty quickly. And then obviously we'll, with Robert here, hopefully that'll help. But Robert, can you look at the docs so you can see what Jim comments were? Or is that too much to ask on a laptop?
I'll look. I have two.
Okay.
I'm working, so I have two laptops.
Okay, awesome. So if you
I'm
if
going
you want
into
to,
I'm going into Jim's mode.
yeah, go into Jim mode. Yeah. So yeah, Jim commented on pretty much every, I think, yeah, every signed image and some of the generals. So that way he can comment on what Jim said as well. To start off with, I'm going to go ahead. Let me go ahead and give you permission to share. Let's see, hold on a second, guys. Come on. All right, what happened to oh, there it is. I'm going to make him cancel. Make him a co-host. Making you a co-host, Robert, now, before I forget about it.
Yeah.
And let me go ahead and share my screen. And can you see my Lightroom?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Yep. We had 3 makeup images from last month, which have already been judged because I was a judge last month, and 2 of these are Lee couldn't judge anyway, so I went ahead and judged them ahead of time. Went ahead and judged them ahead of time. So let's go ahead. I'll do those real quick right here. Oops. It would help if the picture was checked. Okay. This one is called Metro West Blue Hour, and the score on that was 23.3. And that's Lourdes picture. The next one score is 22.1, and that's Kelly Sayers image. And the next one is called Blue Hour Lake Eola, and the score for that one is 23.8, and that was also Lourdes's image. Robert, do you want to say anything about these? Well, we'll do that later. Never mind. Okay, so here we go, guys. Minimalism reprised. Okay, first one. And Lee, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I am going to put this where I can see it. Trying to work 3 screens at once here. This is really fun. Oh, okay. This first one is called Pelicans. Score is 22.8, and that is Diana Cahill's image. Next one is The Wave. Score is 25.6, and that is Diana Cahill's image. Next one is Smooth Waters. Score is 24.8. That is Jan Key's image. Next one is I Love the Blue Sea. Score is 22.3. That is Fong's image. Next one is South Dakota Highway.
Oops. Sorry, hit the wrong button.
I was gonna say, Lee, where are you?
Almost left the meeting.
Oh, don't do that. Score is 23. That is Rod's image. Next one is Pronghorn at Pilot Butte. Score is 23.1. That is Kathy Thompson's image. Next one is Bare Branches. Score is 22.2. That's Chris's image. Next one is Flight Over the Pond, ICM. Score is 23.1. That is Sylvia's image. Next one is Pelican Pear. Score is 22.6. That is Chris's image. Next one is the Minimalist Express entering an ICM tunnel, altered reality. It's a mouthful. Score is 21.6. That is Jim McWilliams' image. Next one is Calm. Score is 24.7. That's my image. Next one is Walking in the Snow. Score is 25. That is Lee's image. Next one is Keeling. Score is 22.7. That's Kelly's image. Next one is Waiting for the Perfect Wave. Score is 23.7. That's Lee's image. Next one is Organized Chaos. Score is 21.7. That's Jan's image. Next one is A Light in the Dark. Score is 23.4. That is my image. Next one is A Walk on the Beach. Score is 23, excuse me, 23.1. It's Karen's image. Next one is Wilbur. Score is 24.3. That's Helga's image. Next one is Misty Morning on the River.
Can you zoom in on that?
Pardon?
Can you zoom in?
Hold on.
Let it-
It's at 100% right there.
Okay. I just can't tell. The branches are in focus. I don't
Now
know if
that's
it-
at 200%.
Okay, thank you.
Score is 22.4. That's Kathy's image. Next one is Heron at Sunrise. Score is 22.5. That's Rod's image. Next one is Afternoon Light, not Afternoon Delight. That's what it looks like. What it goes, that's 100%.
Is that all the way out?
Yeah, let me hold on a second. There he is. That's the whole image there.
Okay, thank
Sorry
you.
about that. Hit the wrong button. Score is 23.1. That's Karen's image. Next one is two could be a crowd. Score is 21.8. That's Jim McWilliams' image. Next one is I must have flowers always and always, Claude Monet. Score is 23.4. That's Sylvia's image. Next one is Fluke Hieroglyphics. Hold on just 1 second, guys. Technical difficulties. Okay. Got it now. Score is 23.2. That's Nona's image. Next one is Achieving New Heights. Score is 23.4. That is Nona's image. Oops. Next one is Everglades Sundown. Score is 22. That's Jack's image. Next one is A Bird at Sunrise. Score is 22.7. That is Helga's image. Next one is Fishing Waist Deep. Score is 23.4. That's Lourdes's image. Next one is My Happy Place. Score is 23.1. That's Lourdes's image. Next one is A Bridge or Bridge to Everywhere. Score is 22.7. That's Kelly's image. Next one is Serenity. Score is 22.6. That's Susan Huckabay's image. Next one is fishing expedition. Score is 22.5. That's Valerie's image. Next one is the bird on the rock. Score is 22.2. That's Valerie's image. Next one is charcoal mountain. Assume this is altered reality.
This is Tom's. It's not altered reality.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just heavily edited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Wasn't sure. Score is 22.5. It's Tom's image. Next one is Chop Chop Square. Score is 23.5. That's Tom's image. Next one is dome ceiling I can't say that word. Clerestory light. Score is 23.4. That's Barry's image. Next one is one comes in, one takes off. Score is 22.9. That's Diana Rao's image. And this one is called Motionless. Score is 23.3, and that's Barry's image. That's all the assigned. Let's get into the general. We only have 24 of those. Scroll up here. Get ready. Okay. First one is called Rusting Relic. Score is 21.5. That is Dom's image. Next one is Bali Beach. Remember, this is general. Score is 24.3. That is Diana Cahill's image. Next one is flower. Score is 21, or excuse me, 22.1. That's Helga's image. Next one is the stair. Score is 23.1. That's Dinah Rao's image. Next one is waterfall swirl. Score is 22.6. It's Brian's image. Next one is window into FMOPA, which is, if you don't know, is the Florida Museum of Photographic Arts. Score is 23.1. That's Jan's image. Next one is sunset flight. Score is 21.8. It's Brian's image. Next one is girl in a field of sunflowers. Score is 23.1. That's Lourdes's image. Next one is City Pier. Score is 23. That's Kelly's image. Next one is burning through the fog. Score is 21.1. That's Kathy's image. Next one is crown of thorns. Score is 21.1. That's Susan's image. Next one is showing off.
Can you zoom in? Thank you.
Score is 22.8. That's Rod's image. Next one is sunrise at camp 8,000 feet. Score is 23.4. That's Lee's image. Next one is Happy Lunar New Year. Score is 21.9. That's Fong's image. Next one is Rainbow Dancing. Score is 21.5. That's Fong's image. Next one is Ethereal. Score is 22.5. It's Dom's image. Next one is The Sitting. Score is 21.6. It's Karen's image. Next one is Everglades Sunrise. Score is 21.8. That's Jack's image. Next one is Gator in Turbulent Water. Score is 22.8. That's Jack's image. Next one is Florida Swamp. This is ICM. Score is 22.5. That's my image. Next one is Incoming. Score is 23.1. That's Nona's image. Next one is Wilderness Girl. Score is 22.6. That is Valerie's image. Next one is Lone Fisherman. Score is 22.6. That's Barry's image. And the last one is the reflection. Score is 21.8. That is Diana Rao's image. Okay, everybody, let's take a 5-minute break and then we'll get into the comments. Oh,
Hey, Lynn, I have a quick question.
sure.
When you full screen the images, for me at least on Zoom, the bottom ribbon that has the mic and the video and the options blocks the bottom of the shared image. So the shared, like when you share on Lightroom with it full screen, it's cutting off that bottom amount. I don't know if there's a way to change that.
It's probably what Zoom is doing on your end.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could actually hide that bar. Can't remember how to do that because I usually just take it. I have multiple screens, so I just put the bar over on another screen.
Yeah, so when you
I'm sorry, there's a more button at the end of that bar. And it should have the 3 dots. And if you hit the more button, you can hide.
Yeah, that's right. Forget about that.
I think that might only be on Mac. I don't have a more button.
No, I'm on a PC right now.
Oh, weird. Okay.
No,
I'll find a way to fix it.
It's weird that I'm on a PC. That's correct.
So you're on a good machine.
Okay,
You're
All
on
right,
one-
I'll find a way.
Robert, we have 31 people here. I think that's the most we've ever had for exhibit night.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great. I don't see 31 people, but I'm glad they're here.
There are 31. Well, you look at the participants, it says 31 at the bottom.
Yeah, and I see it at the bottom. Yeah, I do. I see that. They're all here to see me perform in Vegas, right?
There you go. Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to see what you're going to do in Vegas.
Right.
I want to see what you're gonna do with that hat. You don't do any kind of a dance where the hat's the only thing you're wearing, do you?
Actually, I do.
I
Oh,
saw
hope not.
that movie.
You know, guys, I'm here, and there's a giant cheerleader competition in this hotel.
Really?
God.
Everybody's walking around with glitter and heavy makeup and all this stuff all over the place.
Poor man.
Tough
They're
life.
also big in slot machines too.
Yeah.
If I was you, I'd check out. I'll take your place.
Yeah. But it's nice and 40 degrees, so it's good.
Whoa.
That cold there? Wow. In
Yeah.
Vegas? How was it? I assume it was warmer when you got there this afternoon.
Yeah, when I got here, it was like 55.
Wow.
It is still winter out there.
Yeah, and it is a desert.
And we're 53 right now in Lake
Yeah.
Jackson.
Really?
Yep.
Victoria, don't steal my thunder. This is about me.
I thought we were done.
It's somebody else's turn.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Doris can't complain about the temperature today.
Hey, Lynn,
Yeah.
Sylvia, I sent you a chat. Can you check it and tell me if you happen to have gotten those images from someone?
I didn't get your chat. Wait. Maybe scroll. Oh, there it is. No, I didn't get anything from Rich.
Huh? Yeah, he told me he couldn't be here tonight. He said he had sent you 2 general images. He just wanted me to.
No, I didn't get them.
Okay.
I don't know where he sent them, but I didn't get them.
Yeah, he must have sent them to the wrong place. So
Yeah.
thanks.
At least I don't recall, because I mean, I go back and I check, because when I create the gallery, then I go back and do the spreadsheet, and I go
Yeah.
through the emails one by one from the bottom, from the very first ones that come all the way up and go all the way up through all of them. So I don't
Okay.
remember seeing his name in all those. So
He said they were like, I don't know if they were environmental portraits or he does like people, and
Yeah.
so they would have been like, so
I don't
Maybe-
remember anything like that.
Okay, all right. He must have sent them to the wrong.
Let me,
Hey, Sylvia,
Yes, sir.
have you seen the digital lost and found? It's huge.
No, but I'll check it.
You got that hat?
There's some money in there.
I mean, people lose stuff in that place all the
I
time.
know it. I know it. It went to the black hole.
Yep.
boy, when Zoom is running, nothing wants to work. I'm trying to check my email, my TBCC email, and it doesn't even want to come up. Come on, try it again. Just to see, because I don't remember. I'm pretty good at remembering what names I've seen in the last day or
Yeah.
two.
He texted me
Totally
earlier
missed it.
this week, so maybe he sent them early. I don't know. I'm not sure.
No, because anything that comes in, image wise, I don't touch it. I don't open them until I'm ready to start downloading. No, I don't have it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll tell
I
him.
resent it, but I don't have it.
Okay, he can figure out. He's not home tonight, but I
Yeah,
can.
they were too big or something. They didn't come through. That's a
Yeah,
possibility.
yeah, right. Okay. Because I think he sent something one time before, so I thought he knew how to do it, but
Couple more minutes. We'll give everybody a break. Give me a break. Oh. Trying to work 3 screens is not easy. I am not Jim. Hi. That means, you know what? I'm going to.
What do you have, Robert?
I have what each of you should have, a cell phone mount to shoot on your tripod to get better cell phone images.
And is there a reason why you chose that particular one over other ones?
Yes. $21 as opposed to $168. Yes.
That's always a good.
So what am I searching for on Amazon?
Newer cell phone mount.
NEEWER
Yeah.
cell phone.
So when you're out shooting with your cell phone, you can shoot a DNG via Lightroom, get a raw file that's editable with all the data, but your cell phones.
Do you
So you get a
hold,
more professional look.
Robert, do you hold it in your hand or do you put it on your tripod?
And that's on a tripod. It's a tripod mount.
Okay.
You can hold it in your hand, I suppose.
Does it come with the ball head or does that added on there?
No, not for $20-something.
I didn't think so. You just get the little rack.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just that part. You have to get your own little
And,
tiny ball head.
I'm seeing one here for $14.99 from
Yeah.
your.
I was gonna get the one for $14.99, but if I got the one for $14.99, none of you would take me seriously.
No. What's the difference between the $14 and the $20 one?
They have these holes in there. For fewer holes, you get holes, HOLES. You get $14. So, oh, by the way, these holes right here are used to mount my phone, a light, extra lights. That's what they're for.
Or yeah, microphone or a light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back going here. We got a lot to get through.
All right.
So I have an initial question. Am I missing the boat, or did we still have a lot of entries that didn't match the minimalism?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Well, I mean, I just, based on my understanding of minimalism, I think a lot of the submissions weren't really minimalism. And I'm wondering if I'm misunderstanding.
We haven't said anything about them yet.
Give us a minute. Okay, we're gonna go
Okay.
ahead and do the January makeups real quick. This one is Lourdes's. Oops, I hope I was on the right screen. Robert?
I'm gonna go with what Jim's comments were first.
Okay.
Said a good complementary colors, meaning the hotel colors are pink against the blue. Now I'm gonna put it in the piece in here. On the left-hand side, there's this light shining through.
Right here.
Yes. Why is that? Oh, Lourdes is not here to answer.
Yeah, she's
I'm
here.
here. I'm here.
Talk to me. Why is that?
Because I didn't notice it.
Whoops.
Well, I'll tell you, Lourdes, the rest of the world did notice it.
Okay, so crop it.
No, you don't have to crop it. Just clone it out.
Okay.
Yeah, you could just wait. Let me get this thing out of the way here. Yes. Too many things open. Yeah,
And by the way, for all you 30 other people in the chat and in the Zoom, as always, feel free to come in with your comments, your thoughts. This is not a one-sided thing. I'll give my comments and Jim's, but if you see anything that's challenging, I don't mean that to have a long dissertation about it, but if you see anything that's challenging, then feel free to chime in on it.
Voila, gone.
Yeah. Now, with that
Awesome.
gone, I now go back to the color palette that you have.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing kind of comes and hits you in the face a little bit.
Lourdes, agree or disagree, or you want to smack me in the face?
Oh no, I really trust you guys. So I listen.
Okay.
All right. Let's just do Lourdes's other one too while we got her on the seat, hot seat.
Okay. Lourdes, I'm going to ask you a major question. What is your point of focus? What is it you want us to know about to start with this image? Where is your landing spot? What is the most important item in this photograph?
For me, were it's the sky. It's supposed to be the sky, but I love the landscape in the area. So the lights for me were important too.
Okay, Len, that red item that's in the middle.
That's a fountain.
Yeah.
That red item. All right, I'd like you to zoom in on it just 1 second here. Okay, great. Now, when you zoom in on that, 8 steps to the left would move that item so that it's not rutted up against that building, and it would have a better center point of composition.
Right. It would end up over here.
Yes. So now you have a complete whole picture instead of a red, which is stopping you. The red item will stop you every single time, and in its composition, it's too much against that building.
So that's a distracting, like that distracting point.
A tangent is what I call it. Yes.
Okay.
The two items come together. They're too close to separate.
Yeah. So if it was right here, can you see my
Yes.
cursor? If it was right here, then it wouldn't affect it as much.
No, it wouldn't affect it at all.
Yeah.
Then it'd be about the blue hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's all about the positioning of every, and to see it like this, it's hard because there are so many different things that you have to get in the right spot. But this red, that's the red one has got to be in the right spot. So
it definitely has to be in the right spot.
Awesome. I got it.
Other than that, it's a pretty picture.
Very beautiful picture.
Thank you.
And then this one is Kelly's, one of our new members.
Kelly, is Kelly here? Kelly's not here.
Is Kelly here? I didn't see him this time.
All right, there are a couple of things going on in here. Now, halos around the rocks are very, very prominent.
Yeah.
Very prominent.
They're
The
here.
second thing about it is the transition in the blue sky to that white, that light area is not natural. So that means that there was a heavy edit done to it without the edit carry through.
Yeah, other than that, man, that is a wide angle there. That's almost the whole bridge.
Yes.
Wow.
The great part about it is that he was able to capture most of the whole bridge.
Yeah.
The bad part about it is that the execution of the final process
Yeah.
had some challenges.
Do you guys see these? You see the halos over all the rocks? This looks like it's been over clarified.
Yes.
Clarity. It's too much clarity. Okay. Back to our February stuff. Okay, this first one is wait a minute. Woo. Come on. My screen is stuck. This
Pelicans.
Pelicans.
By me.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who it belongs to, and my screen is stuck here.
It's mine, Diana Cahill.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. It's Diana's. Yeah. Okay.
Diana Cahill.
Yeah.
All right, Diana. Lee, do you have anything to say about this one before I dive in?
For minimalism, I thought there was too many items in there.
Diana Cahill, is that your understanding of minimalism?
My understanding was the subjects should be very small in the frame, but I can have fewer things.
Well, it's not just subjects to be small in the frame. It's that the subject and the negative space or the object of the subject should match each other. Meaning the negative space is going to be much greater than the subject, but it's about the space and the subject and how they match or mismatch. And in this case, let's just say hypothetically, you did take one of the birds out and you move the bird into the lower left quadrant. You would be somewhere in the neighborhood of minimalism. Because the relationship of the bird to then the blue sky and almost it would be, and I'm searching for words. It wouldn't necessarily be about the blue sky. It would be about the bird against the moon.
Hmm.
And the blue sky would then become the backdrop.
Yeah.
So right
What if
now
you
I
just
have, I have
What if you just
two
had like the
birds.
moon?
I sound like what? Say it again.
So what if you just had the moon without the birds?
The moon without the birds. Yeah, you could. That would work as well. That would actually work better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very minimalism can be very understated.
But it's the tension between the subject and the negative space.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
This one is also Diana's.
Diana, this is yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Diana, I know
Yes.
that. I know that I'm going to be hammered for this. But Diana, have you met Doris?
Oh,
I'd love for you to meet Doris. She's up in the corner there on my screen. She's probably somewhere near. Diana, you have just entered the Doris effect.
Which is
Now, again, Doris is going to kill me for this. But Diana, what you've done is you've given me something quite perfect. But you gave me something prior to that, what's very much imperfect.
all right.
this one nailed it.
Yeah.
All right. I took this photo back in 2019 and it's one
No,
of my
Diana,
absolute favorites.
no, just
Yeah.
take a moment and take it in that this is perfect. Don't
Yeah,
explain it. Just
All right.
take it in. This
Just
is
take it in,
perfect.
yeah.
Now,
Yep.
Don't give me anything other than this the next time.
All right.
You're not gonna hear this very often, so.
Yeah, yeah, you don't hear
All
it
right.
often. Yeah, just, yeah, take it and run.
I'll take it. Do you want to know what the photo is of?
I do.
Photo is I was on a sailboat that was becalmed at sunset, and this is the bow wave
Oh, wow.
leaning over the boat, shooting straight down.
Oh,
Ah, good catch though.
Thank
You'd
you.
never know that in a million years. It almost looks like a drone shot.
that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking of, a sandbar or something.
Yeah,
It's not, and this is uncropped on like an 18 millimeter, I think, on my
Awesome.
crop
All
sensor.
right,
I
now,
thought it
Diana,
was
what
a
makes
drone
this a
shot, too.
minimalist shot? You see how the
Tension
negative
between
space?
the subject and the negative space.
Correct.
There we go.
he heard you.
I can learn.
Okay, moving on. This one is Jan's.
Jan,
Yes, Robert.
Jim said that this is a beautiful, soft, painterly expression and nice, semi-abstract, good example of the assignment's topics. So, Jim gave you great marks on that.
And you?
That's what Jim gave you.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a look at this. And Len, I'll need your help.
Okay.
I want to do one thing to this image, and
Yep.
only one. Get your crop tool.
Yeah, I knew it.
You know it. And where am I coming from? You got it. A little, touch more. That's it. Stop.
Right there. Yeah.
Why? Now tell me
It was
why.
a really
did I do
weird
this?
shape. Yeah, it was just a weird shape. And this looks much better. It makes it look that makes it look broader and wider.
Okay.
Yeah, there was too much water underneath. That's the
Okay,
hardest part. That is the hardest part with ICM, is to figure out what to get rid of. Because
Yeah,
you like it all, you know? Yeah.
I think my reason for, there was a couple things going on. The square format with the horizon going right through the middle I thought that was kind of lent itself more towards minimalism. But I guess the other thing, and I don't know, maybe it really wasn't a good consideration, was just the reflection of the yellow and the orange in the water. I wanted to hold on to some of that on the bottom.
Okay, now go back to the crop. Go ahead and get my crop. You still have the yellow in the water.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I see.
This is just really stronger.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Okay. Next one
Thank you.
is Fong's.
Bong.
Yes.
I'll tell you this, and I'm gonna be I want you to know, there are a couple of things that was almost just like Jan's. I want you to take away some of the stuff in the foreground.
Oh, foreground. Okay.
Yeah, take away some of that. Now, give me up to that line. Great. Now, I want you to get rid of those people in the back.
Get rid of the people at the back.
Get rid of the people in the back.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
just give it to me. Now,
Not
what I
very good
got,
at getting rid of, but
right, but what I have here is I have this long line, these lines against each other, these two lines, the horizon line and that what what do you call those guys on those bikes? What do you call those?
The wake.
yeah.
The wake from
The wave runner.
runner.
Yeah, the wave runner is producing a line. The white and the only thing that I'm gonna ask you to do more of is to bring up that horizon with the you can do probably a clone and do that and take that.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I am terrible with the cologne on this thing.
Yeah.
No.
But what I'm getting at is that that light in the background. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Now take a
Okay.
brush. One more thing, take a brush, land a big brush. And I want you to just open up that background, the brightness in the background, just a little bit, just a tiny
Okay.
bit. Yes, bring the exposure up. Yes, okay. All right, I want the light in the background to be a portion of what's happening in the foreground, to mimic it. So the only thing that's breaking this whole thing up is the wave runner.
Right here.
Yeah, you gave me 3 things to deal with, and I only need 2.
Yeah, remember, minimalism is minimalism. All right. You got that, Palm?
I lost.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Oh, I lost.
Yeah, just get rid of the guy. I know they're pulling them, but we don't know that unless, if you take
Okay.
it, you don't even know it.
Yeah,
Okay.
what brush doing? Brush. What the brush doing?
That was over here, the masking brush. And I just, used the big hole. See, there's show the overlay. Where is it?
Click on the mask. Hold over the mask. The mask itself. Yeah, there you go.
So that's, I just, big old soft brush over the whole thing. All it did was just, I mean, it's hardly anything at all. Let's click on it. It's just, 0.19 of exposure. It's very little, but it makes a big difference.
Robert, what was the reason why you did that? Why you lightened that up then?
Because you want to emphasize, again, the negative space toward the positive space.
Okay.
The positive space, that line, that white line.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a quick
Negative, you want to make bright, right?
Yeah, just made it brighter. Just tiny bit.
Got it.
Yeah, just a
Okay.
tiny bit. Yeah.
I have a
Okay.
quick question on that. Are you not bothered by the horizon being in the center of the photograph?
Well, now what happened just then? We brought up the value of the taking away the what do you call it? Got rid of some of the water.
Right.
Even though this may be in the center, the actual subject is below center mark.
Yeah. And it's not exactly in the center anyway. You can see there's a lot more sky than there is water. So
Would you have taken off more water to make it?
Not really, because look at where my subject falls.
I see. Okay.
Yep. So and it's just, there's the center right here. So it's just below the center. So it's not exactly half and half. So anyway, but this is this is where your eye goes anyway. So that's the most important part.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. Next one is this is Rod's. Oh, sorry. Getting a child of Amber Alert.
Okay. Rod, Jim said the nice example of the vanishing point perspective in a minimalist composition. So your composition is he's spot on that. I think your and correct me if you feel differently. I think your image is very flat, and I'm not sure why. Anybody else see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's obviously that day there wasn't a lot of light with all those clouds. So it was probably a very flat light coming on everything to start off with.
But you have processing to emphasize any particular aspect of it. It could have been the street could have been, I mean, the road could have been darkened. The greens could have been darkened. The fields in the back could have been darkened. Doesn't mean that everything should be. I'm just saying that there is something about this that could go down in value because they're all the same. Help me out, Rod, with your thinking.
I'm just waiting to hear you say how I can make it unflat.
It's already unflat right now, just then.
Right there, should just darken the sky a little.
I selected the sky and this increased the dehaze. The exposure didn't do it because I did a little bit of exposure, but the exposure kind of made it look weird. But dehaze obviously makes a big difference. So
and I tried different ways to make it sharper, but that's what I ended up with.
Sharper is not the answer that I'm looking for.
Well, I mean, working with the contrast and exposure and highlights and but I see that darkened sky does help it.
And here's a trick I just learned.
Sometimes in DxO, I use micro contrast, which helps.
Yeah,
Is there a micro contrast in Lightroom or something like
micro
it?
contrast is more like texture.
Yeah.
Do that with color range, Lynn, as
Yeah.
opposed to luminance.
Yeah. I'd use
Well,
the-
the color range would not work on the sky, work more on the grass.
Well, that's what I was thinking, the grass.
Okay. But here's what I want everyone to know. Whenever you have a vanishing point or a tunnel, give me a payoff. Give me something to go to.
Yeah, like a red car.
Yeah, give me something down that path. And right now it's gonna be the sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one is,
Lynn, before you go up to that,
yeah.
what was it that you said you learned? I didn't
Oh,
see
yeah,
you do
I
it.
learned, but it's not working on this one. If you have a sky that you darken and you have white clouds, the problem with these clouds is they're not white. You can subtract the clouds from the sky by using the luminance picker in the mask to subtract it.
Where is that? Where is that?
It's, oops, sorry. It's down here.
Okay, and you put it over it?
Yeah, you just click on if this one's not working because the clouds are not white, they're all the same color, basically the same color as the sky. But if you had a blue sky that was, that you needed to darken the blue sky, but you had the white clouds, but you darken the whole sky, then the clouds get all gray. If you use that luminance, picker and just put it on to subtract it from the mask, then it makes the clouds stay white. But it doesn't work.
Okay.
Clouds are not white.
Okay. And you couldn't just use the brush and
No,
subtract
it's
it that
easier
way?
just to do it luminous white, because then it just kind of does it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's something I just learned yesterday.
Yesterday.
I'm always learning. This one is called, this one belongs to Kathy.
Kathy. Lynn, I want you to go up to the and I want you to go back the other way. Go back to the screen. All right. I want you to go into your navigator, above your navigator. Right now it's at fit. I'd like for you to put it at 60% or 50%, somewhere like that. Go a little even smaller, like about 30%. Okay, good. Tap the letter L twice. Now, this looks gorgeous as a minimalist item. However, when you enlarge it, tap the letter L one more time. And I enlarge it, you go back to fit, and then to screen, and to F. I get some flaws here. And Lee, you want to point out that first flaw in the animal?
It's not in focus,
You can enlarge it even more.
or at least the eyes are not in focus for me.
You can go to like 300%.
Yeah, it's definitely not in focus. The face is not. The butt is more in focus than the face is.
And the butt's overexposed.
Yeah, the butt's overexposed.
There you go.
Yeah.
The butt's overexposed. The image is I don't have a point to land, and this is one of those cases where I need the sharpness.
Yeah.
I absolutely need it.
Yeah. Don't forget that, when you're shooting any kind of wild or anything that's alive, the eyes are the most important thing, and they have got to be in focus. Unless you're, it's intentionally art thing. And because this butt's in focus and we know that something on here, it looks like this part of him is in focus too, but obviously his eyes are not, his head is not in focus. So.
Okay.
And it's hard to do that with a 4.5, an f4.5.
Yeah,
that's hard, because it looks like to me what's in focus is like right here.
yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. So, and he's obviously turned a little bit farther back from that. And so, yeah, you kind of got the, and it's something as a wildlife photographer, it happens all the time. Is the grass is in focus and your animal's not, you know? So
So how do you prevent that?
it's hard. It's hard. It really is hard. Especially when you're working with something that far away, and they're moving, because you could have the focus point right on his face, and all he has to do is move, 2 inches, and he's out of focus, because especially at f4.5, remember your depth of field is very small.
Yeah.
So just a small movement will get him out of focus. And like I said, his head is behind his butt. So you had it almost there, but you probably moved, and that's probably what happened. Because
Okay.
it looks like this grass is probably about the same place where the butt is. So
Yeah. No, I think that's what shows
Yeah.
up as in focus. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, believe me, it's not easy. Been there, done that.
Okay.
Anything
Still
else,
learning.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Are you done?
no, that's it on that.
Okay.
That helped to
How
destroy
do I
it.
get rid of all this name and stuff up here?
Tap the letter I,
Yeah.
tap it again.
Okay, thanks. I don't know how it got on there, but it all of a sudden popped up. This
I'll
one is,
tell you this one thing, Lynn. I didn't do it.
I know, I did it.
No,
I didn't do it. Okay.
yeah, I
This
didn't do
is
it.
this is Chris's.
Chris, Lynn is going to tell you why this is the minimalist.
It's taking up too much space. Yeah, there's too much stuff here. If you've seen the other images that, like the perfect one that, number 2 of Diana Cahill's, then you know why this one's not really minimalism. It's a gorgeous tree.
It definitely is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that these images are bad. It's just not. It's not the assignment.
Is Chris here?
Yes, he is.
Yep, I'm here.
Chris, I'm not hearing anything.
I was just I wasn't necessarily thinking of small in the frame. I was just thinking of not a whole lot going on in the picture. And then, I was thinking further about just kind of the image in general. There's like little wisps of clouds that I almost wish I had taken out later. Just kind of as a picture in general, not necessarily as minimalism, kind of in the bottom left and then a little bit over on the right side.
Yeah, those are the clouds really bothered Jim. And he said heavy vignette and clouds are visible distractions. So, and just too busy, too much stuff. Yeah, there's just too much going on here. Now, if this tree was
Smaller in the frame.
really tiny and it was all sky, whole different story. Right, Robert?
Mhm.
Yeah, your positive and your negative have to have a relationship. In this case, it's just about the tree.
Yeah.
What if you just cropped out to the right side of the tree?
And I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I know what you're saying, but one of the things that I want this particular viewer on this particular image is to discover the thought process of minimalism rather than fixing something to minimalism.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If he pulled back about a mile, it had nothing but the little tree and all that sky. Yeah, it would have been minimalism.
The problem was the lens that I was using at the time and where I was shooting from, I was on a boardwalk, and so I couldn't back up anymore.
Yeah, that's unusual. Unfortunately, that's often the case.
I'm sorry to push this a little bit further, but Chris, you mentioned something that was vitally important. When you shot this image, was minimalism in your mind?
Not specifically, no.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's the reason why.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
That's my point, is that I can make anything into a minimalist shot. However, I want you to think minimalism, and then that story becomes louder.
Got it.
This one is Sylvia's.
Sylvia, what do you want to know, Sylvia? I really want to know what you want to know.
What I want to know?
Yeah, what do you want to know?
I want to know what you think about it.
You see all that light space at the bottom?
Hmm.
Why? Tell me why.
Well, because that's part of the pond that the duck was flying over. So I guess, but too much, you think?
Well,
You
now,
could crop in some?
tell
And I
me.
was trying to keep up.
It's gonna show up again. Something very similar to this. There's a pond that the duck is flying over, right?
Correct.
Right. Identify. Excuse me, and I'm not being flippant, but I want you to identify that blade of grass in the upper left-hand corner for me. Which one is the blade of grass?
What?
Being facetious.
Yes,
No, I mean this is where we get into a problem with composition, and it happens all the time. Is that you want us to know something about the area, yet you gave me an abstract image that doesn't define an area. So I don't know that that's a pond.
Yeah.
As much as I don't know that that's a blade of grass in the upper left-hand corner.
So this could, what the better title would be was the bird.
Right. So I have much more of a minimalist shot now.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bird. Yeah.
So I was thinking the other way, to leaving more negative space around the bird made it more minimal, but I see your point.
It's
still
not
because
that it's
there's
more
one-
minimal. It's not that it's more space around the bird. That's not what it is. It's the space you gave me around the bird was of particular interest to you, but it's not particularly interesting to the shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
So what
defined it
did-
as a
what did-
pond. You
Yeah,
defined
right.
it as a pond. I defined it as, what's that light space?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just out of interest, did Robert say anything about it or mention it?
Jim?
Now I know that you think of
Jim.
me and Jim as one.
We do.
What was it? What is this called? The pelican pair?
No,
No.
this one's the pond, the flight over the pond.
Oh, flight over the pond?
Yeah, he said, well executed concept. So there was a little disagreement here.
Yeah, the concept the concept is right. I don't disagree with about that. The execution in the lower left
Yeah.
is the problem with me.
Right, lower right.
Okay.
Lower right, I'm sorry.
The lower right where the white is. Okay. Yeah, I took that down quite a bit, but okay. Thank you.
This one is Pelican Pear. This is Chris as well.
Chris,
Yes, sir.
Lee, how do you address this one?
Take out one of the pelicans.
And I'll tell you which one to take out.
This one. Oops.
Why that? Wait, Lynn. Why'd you choose that one?
Huh?
Why'd you choose that one?
Because this one's too close to the edge. This one has a way to fly.
Yeah, but look at the
wings up,
action
though.
of that. Look at the action of which one has the better action.
Actually, I know what you're going to say. Robert doesn't like it when their wings are down. He likes it when their wings are up. So
It's
that's why he
much
would
more-
get rid of this one.
Yeah, it's much more angelic when the wings are up than when they're down.
We're going to get rid of this one. Bye-bye.
Is it arguable that there's more tension when the bird is flying out of the frame? Because normally I would also pick to have the subject going into the frame.
Put this in full screen. There's a lot of tension right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she's saying is
Yeah.
Normally, as long as he's not like right here.
Yeah, and you're going to see a couple of images that are coming up where the people are the subject is on the edge, and that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
Why don't you just move the bird back?
Because the birds don't fly backwards.
Oh, but you can. But Photoshop makes them fly backwards. It just
Chris, your suggestion is great. I'm just being funny.
Yeah, but I kind of like it. Forget about the smudgy thing over here, but I kind of like it like this.
Yeah.
Although I think one other thing I would do is it's a little too in the center. So I would probably, I don't know, do something like that. So he's not quite smack dab in the center.
And Chris,
Hey, look, I've gone a whole year without saying anything here. I just had to throw something in on you.
No, not that Chris. Whose image is this?
This
Oh,
is
it's the other
the other
Chris, I'm
Chris.
Yeah, I'm talking about the other Chris. We got a
Yeah.
sensor problem in here. We got a
What-
dust spot.
what-
No, that
Yeah,
was,
big
oh,
dust spot.
what, you're talking about up here?
No, right,
Right in the middle.
behind the bird.
No,
and
there
slightly-
there is a
slightly north.
spot in the middle.
Yeah,
And
that's
I didn't even notice that until later. I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
a
like
dust
big
spot.
dust spot. Yeah, it's kind of round, looks like a dust spot. And when
Fix
you,
that.
yeah,
Hey, Chris.
Yep.
I get paid the big bucks to find these things.
Yeah.
it's
It's
out
one of
real
those
big
things I
like
saw
that,
too late.
right there.
Oh, that's
One
weird.
down the bottom too.
Yeah, right down, oop, right down here.
Think those are birthmarks.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Moving on.
You know, Jack, help me out with this shot.
Jack, are
You're
you
muted.
awake?
Unmute yourself, Jack. Lower left. Lower left-hand corner.
Oops.
I was saying, I can't help you with this. Sorry, you're gonna have to do your own work here.
It's, I don't know, it's not really minimalism. It's gorgeous, but it's not minimalism.
Well, may I say something since it's my image?
Go ahead.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Oops.
By the way, I don't think you are funny.
I'm not, but at least in my own head, I pretend to be. We have a lot of things going on here.
Yeah.
And Lee, you want to point out some of them?
Well, there's a couple of spots just to the upper left of the train.
Right here, right here.
Yeah, right
Look
in
at
there.
those.
And it's not minimalism.
And where the lights end in the lower, right near the train, the right-hand side of the train.
Not in the corner.
Yeah,
Oh, right here.
yes. There's a disruption in the lights and I'm wondering why.
Because I screwed up.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure I was trying to do something with tension again, but. No, seriously though, what I was trying to do is sell the light pattern as all the negative space. And I tried several different colors. I tried several different, and this was one of the better products.
Here is what I want you to know about this train. It's way too big in the frame.
Okay.
It's taking up too much interest. The tracks are leading you down. This is a compositor, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the tracks are leading you down the path, but the train becomes the subject as opposed to the what do you call it when the prize at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So it's way too big. It needs to be like 1/5, 1/8, 1/16 the size.
Make up your mind, jeez.
You should have just put this one in general.
Yeah.
All right. This one's mine.
All right, I'll go to Barry on this one. Barry, talk to me.
I like this one.
I like it. It's not a critique.
I think this one is well done, very well done.
Yeah, I can't see anything to correct with this one. My experience, I found this assignment very, very hard,
Yeah, it is.
and I need to learn.
And you know, Barry, why I deferred to you is
Why
because
is
I
that?
couldn't find anything either.
Thanks, guys.
This image reminds me of work of an artist out of Atlanta named Harry Callahan. I've mentioned his name before. Harry Callahan shot until he was like 93, but he shot every single day of his life since he
I'm
started
not that old
photography.
yet.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Is that he produced a billion images that were similar to this, that were very minimalist, way back in the time, and it was just simple blades of grass, against the water, a single stick out of the water or a field, and it was always black and white. So this brings to mind not only Harry Callahan, but a great example of minimalism.
Yeah. And this one I did intentionally shoot this for this assignment. That's why I go and I keep in my mind all the assignments that are coming, and I see, if I see something that's going to fit the assignment, man, I zero in on it. So that's, this was intentionally shot for this assignment.
Hey, Lynn, quick
Yeah.
question. Oh, sorry, Robert. What was the score on this one, please?
What was the score on this one?
Yeah.
24.7.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Next one. This is Lee's. On F, I just wanted to let you guys know, Lee, when you are the judge, you do not score yours, or if you are closely associated with somebody. So Lee did not score his or Lourdes' stuff, just FYI. That is, the average of the other two scores is what's used to score those images. So
Another great example of minimalism. The idea that this is about snow and you don't see the feet and you see all of this white space, this negative space, it sets the tone for a great story of two people that are either lost or having a great time.
Yeah.
What are Jim's comments on that one?
Let's see. Walk on which one? What was it called? What's it called?
It's well done example of minimalism.
Oh, okay, great.
I think he was off one. I think he meant mine. or not.
Next one is this one is Kelly's. I think was Kelly. Yeah, Kelly's not here.
Kelly's not here.
Yeah,
I wish Kelly was here. Kelly's a male, female.
Kelly's
What
male.
day?
He's a new
Kelly's
member.
a
He just
day.
started coming last month.
It's a male.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. He did not have his picture on, but his voice was very low, so I assume it was a guy.
Okay. Now everybody knows that the beauty of the grayness and against the contrast of the boat mask, the whole nine, is destroyed by the lower left-hand corner.
Yeah.
Totally destroyed. And tell me, guys, if you can't see that.
Yeah.
You know, Robert, just to be the devil's advocate, if you don't mind, that little bit of ground right there lets me know for sure that this boat is run aground.
Yeah.
I'm just being the devil's advocate. I know it doesn't fit in with maybe minimalism because it adds another element. But I'm looking at this boat and saying, what's the matter with this boat? Why is it keeled over? It ran aground. It got blown ashore. And that little piece right there tells me that. I don't know. But that's my thinking.
Let me be the devil's advocate.
Oh, the other devil advocate. Okay.
Yeah, the other devil's advocate is that when we don't know, and Jack, I'm hoping you know this, the brain becomes curious.
Yeah.
And once we become curious, then it impressions in our brain, and then we try to figure it out, which is much more engaging than completing the story in force.
Yeah, you're a heck of a devil. You're right. You're right. You came up with a good retort there, devil. You're right. It leaves it to a lot of it leaves it to your wild imagination to figure it out. But that tells me this boat got blown off into shore, probably from a hurricane or something.
It's like giving you an algebra, a calculus, a question, then answering it for you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway, I like this shot.
yeah, I do too. You can just see just enough of the stuff in the background to give it a little bit of introspect there, so.
Yeah.
I did like this shot, but I did also think it was it was cut off too short on the left side. Just a little too short.
Over here.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I like the tension of it being there. It's kind of like the bird being on the other side. Oh,
I really like this image. I think this image is very well done. I do.
yeah.
I did question minimalism though.
Yeah.
I did too.
This is Waiting for the Perfect Wave. This one is
Lee.
Lee's as well.
Lee,
Yes, sir.
you don't want to hear this, but you did very well in that last one.
Not so well on this one.
Not as far as this subject is concerned. I think you're pushing it on this one. And why do I say that? Anybody have that idea as to why I'm saying that?
Because of the shadow or the reflection.
And it's all about this one thing, not about the tension.
Mm.
So yes, it's minimalism in the loosest sense of the word, but there's no real tension in it.
So how would you get tension in it? But is there nothing? Is it just the image itself, or is it the way it's processed, or what? Is there something that can be fixed?
Yes, there is something. Give me vastly more water.
Okay.
More water.
More
Okay.
water.
Vastly more.
Okay.
How about if there was a shark about to eat the guy? Would that be more tension?
Oh, absolutely not.
Dum, 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 dum.
That
That'd be more tension.
Not-
It just wouldn't be
not-
more tension against negative space.
That's correct.
Not to mention it's the move before minimalism. It would be minimalist after.
Yeah, yeah. It would just be the fin. We have too much fun. Okay, moving on. It's already almost 9 o'clock. We have a lot to get through here.
All right. Is this Jan's image?
This is Jan.
Yeah, it's mine.
Jan, you gave me 2 images and neither one of them is minimalism.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. The other one was minimalism.
Now I'm talking about in this one image.
Oh, okay.
All right. You see that you got one image on that side, and then you got a break, and then you got another image on the other side. And I
Okay.
mentioned neither one of them is minimalism.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
there's the other image right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
cool. This is a cool image. It's just not minimalism by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I see that. I was thinking more simplist. It doesn't make any difference. It's not
Yeah.
minimalism.
This is very, I mean, this is like a natural abstract.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's see, what did Jim say? Doo-doo-doo.
It's not
Lovely
minimalism.
image, marginally busy for minimalism. Yeah.
Marginally. He was
But any
being
other-
he was
Any
being
other
generous.
any other day of the week, it's a gorgeous picture.
Exactly.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's the
It's
hard
true.
part, is a lot of these images are really good. They just don't fit the assignment. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And this
Thanks.
is the problem we had last time with a lot of them. So
Yeah.
this one is mine.
As was mentioned by Jim, now the quality of the image is really, really good. But it's just static light against black.
Okay.
And it's static.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know what would make it less static, but it's static.
Okay.
Beautiful composition, the whole 9. But I don't have anything against black. I can go against white a lot more than I go against black. Black it's empty.
Well, it would have been better if I'd left. It was sort of a brown color. That's why I turned it to black and white. I just didn't like the brown color. Because it was a
I don't
ceiling.
know.
Yeah, the ceiling was like brown.
Yeah, I don't know if it would
Yeah.
have,
Okay.
would not. Anybody disagree, agree, or have any other thoughts about it?
I guess not.
All right, then we'll
Maybe
move
if
forward.
the light were illuminating it so it had a gradient.
Yeah, maybe.
but I don't know.
No. Just-
Like
I-
a parabola of light behind it that would.
I was really, I was on the fence about this one and I was going to do it, then I wasn't going to do it. And I thought, you know what, I want to see. So, I'm not
Yeah.
against trying stuff.
No, you're not. And I always applaud you for that. Is Karen here?
Yeah, Kira's here.
Yep.
Karen,
Yes, sir.
got my leading lines, but you're way too far to the right.
Okay.
Right?
This one?
Yeah, you're way too far to the right. Your subject is all the way in that corner. I need a little more room on the right-hand side of that subject.
Okay.
Jim mentioned that the rocks in the foreground are a distraction.
Right here.
Okay.
And you can
But all
fix
your
that
lines are
easily
leading.
by
One
just
of the
pulling them, you could stretch it in Photoshop and pull that right out of there and not even affect the rest of the image. So
I'd like for you to enlarge put your cursor on the person. And here's what I want the rest of everyone to know. Do you see the horizon line? It's not going through the subject's head.
Perfect. That's a good
So
thing.
keep that in mind as you shoot a horizon, that you don't want to chop off people's necks and their shoulders.
I like this shot that we're looking at right now a lot better than the.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It makes this side, makes it look like she's not so far away from the edge. Like if we go like this.
Now, yeah, take out the rocks in the foreground.
Yeah. Oops, wait.
A little bit more. Just get that white, come up. There you go.
Right
We
there.
got a lot better.
Yeah.
All right.
Just trying, you can overdo getting the negative space side of things too. Got to balance. This one is Helga's.
I wish Helga would turn on a microphone.
She will. Turn it on, Helga.
No, she's not gonna do it. But Helga, this is almost the opposite of what Lynn had. Lynn had a light bulb against black. You have a subject that has great impact with the eyes against black. So you get a bit higher score for the impact of the ears and the eyes up.
Would have been better if it was white background.
No. I'm saying it's not. It's just saying it's a vastly more impactful image.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So it's the same as what you did. Her composition is different.
Right.
However, the subject matter takes it over the edge.
All right. It's a little, anything with eyes is going to get a heck of a lot more attention.
That's correct.
than
And that's
a light fixture.
that's the nature of the game.
Well, mine
Because
had sort of one eye with a bulb.
yes. But this has a lot more impact.
Yeah.
It's a very clever idea too.
Yeah. Well, Helga's known for her clever ideas.
And that's the problem with Helga. She's too clever. Now her composition
and her dog shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know that they're beautiful, but look at the composition of the black space.
Yeah.
The squarishness that she used, and how she used that square.
Yeah.
Or square-ish.
Where is she? Yeah. This one is Kathy's.
Kathy, Lee, hit me up with this one because you checked the focus and everything. What are your thoughts on this one?
What do you mean? Oh, he was asking about the focus.
Yeah, the tree wasn't, or the branches, didn't look like they were in focus. And there's the shadow on the bottom from the water was a little distracting to me. And then too many branches.
Now, this one suffers from the same thing yours suffers from, Lee, the shot. Is I don't have enough negative space.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if you'd made this a lot small, it made, just increase the size of the white part. You could do that in Photoshop, making more canvas. Just make it fill it with white. Then it made that smaller, kind of similar to what I did with mine. Then yeah, it would have been a lot more effective. But it just
Oh, a lot
too
more
much going
effective.
here. Yeah, there's
Okay.
just too much going on over here,
Too much, yeah.
and not enough white. There's not enough negative space.
Okay.
Kathy, this is why I'm so happy that you joined this group. You agree with everything I say.
Oh.
We all
Well,
do.
aren't you always right?
Don't worry, Robert, it'll change.
Somebody else got blackmailed into joining.
Just give her a time. This one is Rod.
Rod, Jim pointed out that this image is not sharp on the bird. Why is that?
I don't know. It's cropped down from a much larger photo, so the focus may have been in the background instead.
Right.
Yeah.
And it looks like it has a red halo all the way around too.
Yeah, it does. That's part of the processing again. Especially
Yeah.
this extra with all the orange in here, anything,
Yeah,
everything else goes with red.
I tried to crop that out of a
Yeah.
much bigger photo, and I agree. I tried to do a little too much to it.
Right. And that's
You
the
were
thing
trying
about
to
it.
make this
Unless
one
you're shooting for minimalism, then it tends to not work.
Yeah, it's hard to make something that's not minimalism into minimalism.
The actual photo, there's a really nice picture of the Skyline Bridge back there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, on to the next one. This is Karen's.
Jim mentioned on this one, what did he say about that? Lynn, you have that?
Yeah, I got it. Hold on a second. I'm gonna roll your fascinating black and white image could be better if distracting blurriness that breaks up the texture. Whoop. Texture.
And he's talking about the part on the wall.
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Now, for me, Karen, this is where I differ from Jim. I did not, in the life of me, and I tried to find this to be a minimalist shot.
Okay.
Help me understand. Anybody, help me understand.
Look.
I agree with you. That was my first thought.
What?
That would work.
That's a minimalist shot right there.
In Orlando?
Yeah.
That's totally a minimalist shot right there. 100%.
Okay.
But the bottom portion and the two of them working together did not appear to me to be minimalist.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff. And then, I mean, again, it's a really cool image because of all the cool lines. Because of all the lines, it just makes it not minimalism anymore.
Signed you up yet?
You know,
Okay.
Mom's asleep.
somebody needs to mute themselves who's on the phone. This one is, this one's Jim's.
Yep.
Jim McMillan.
Jim, I'm gonna, you were gonna explain something on the last shot, but I'm gonna have you explain this shot to me.
What would you like to know?
I'd like to know, how is it minimalism?
Well, based on the conversations I've heard tonight, I might have to retract that statement. Perhaps if I had cropped out all the woods and just something to create some sort of, and I really hate to use the phrase, some sort of tension between the fisherman and the rest of the scene.
Yeah. Yeah,
He
that's what
was
it is.
like down here and it was nothing but ocean out there, kind of like the surfer of Belize.
Yeah, maybe the shark would help.
And the shark without the shark.
Or
But it's an awful big subject. He was a tiny little kayaker in the middle of a big giant ocean. That would be minimalism.
move the boat and put a blood stain on the ocean, on the water.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
One of the things that you guys seem to like about me are the comments that I give, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to give out one comment right here tonight. Doris, you looking fine, lady. I swear you are.
Okay, come on, guys. 9 o'clock.
I understand, but I have to call it out. It's looking fine.
All right, this one's Sylvia's.
Okay, Sylvia. I think I once again I have too many items going on at the time.
Yeah, I'm like Jim. After the discussion tonight, I maybe should have put this in general.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's
You
what
know
we
what?
have.
You know what? You could have had this one little petal
Yeah.
and this black background, and I think it would have been cool. What do you think,
Maybe I'll
Robert?
shoot that next
Yeah, I'm with you on it.
Yeah.
It's just I have too many items going on. I have a wonderful still life,
Yeah.
a beautiful still life, but I have too many items.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I don't know why I just think a single subject, but then with the reflection and I went too far. So
Yeah, and basically that's what Jim said the same thing.
yeah.
He
I
like
never
just
done
this
this
one little
before.
leaf.
Yeah, I'd never done this before to shoot on black acrylic glass, and I was having a great time trying to figure it out. So but I agree.
This is a Nona. Or is it Valerie?
Nona is
Yes, Nona.
Nona here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep.
Talk to me about this image.
Well, it's obviously a whale tail. And I put it I used the rule of thirds and put it into the top right third. It actually was a much bigger image, but above the water on top was the horizon and it was a pure blue sky. And I didn't like the way the sky was in the picture because I thought it took away from the picture. And then you have the line coming through to the tail.
Okay, now I got what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. However, like we made a discussion, Jack and I had a discussion about giving the answer. You're throwing minimalism directly in my face without making me think. You're not allowing me to be curious.
Well, the curious part would be the tail because whales are distinguished by their tails in terms of their names. So I called it hieroglyphics because it looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about the hieroglyphics, that word. It's about that word as opposed to being about minimalism.
Yeah, I called it flank. Oh, so you're saying you don't like my word?
No, I'm not saying I don't like your word. I'm just saying you're giving me the answer. What it means that I am now looking at hieroglyphics.
No, a whole whale tail.
No, I'm looking at
in a sea of water.
I don't have a sea of water. I have a minimum amount of space in the water, and I have the tail right there. And I'm reading the hieroglyphics, and I'm reading what happens with the whale's tail. Give me more space.
Yeah, you need
more space, but I thought it was too much space.
Well, remember, minimalism, you have a lot more negative space. So
that's the thing about minimalism. You've given me a great subject. You just given me the subject.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If it wasn't in a minimalistic type of or review here, how would you crop this if it wasn't? Like, where would you crop it?
I'd have to have the whole image. Even if it wasn't a minimalism, I still would have more space around it.
You wouldn't crop it to make it a total, like if you wanted the tail to be the image itself, you wouldn't crop all the water out of it?
Tell me how to pronounce your name.
Nona.
Just Nona. Okay, Nona. Now, I'm going to give you something about the truth about how I see things. When you made this shot, you wanted to tell us a very specific story about this particular whale.
Yes.
So when you say, how would I have done it? I would have done it different because I would have told a different story.
Right.
Either story is neither right or wrong. So when you ask me how I would do it, it's not fair. You did what you did, and you did a great job of it.
Yeah, that's a good.
So my critique on it is not about what you did. It's about the assignment.
Okay.
Can I make it? I'm going to throw one thing here. When you're shooting a bird with long legs and his legs are in the water, you always try to make the picture at least go farther down, a little bit further down where his legs are. So essentially, even though you can't see them, you're not cutting them off. And I would, in an animal this big, I would give it more space, because basically you're saying that whale is cut off down here at the bottom of the image down here, where in fact there's a lot more whale than that. And I would almost give it more space because you've cut off part of the whale technically. You know, even though you can't see him, he's down here somewhere. And I'm sure with that size of a fluke, he is way bigger than this, you know, extends way beyond the edges of this picture. So that's the thing that bothers me about this, being that I know how big this whale is, that you've chopped him off, because even though you can't see him, you've chopped him off by the way you framed it.
Right, but looking at this image, if I had my choice, I would actually crop the water off further and make it all like the tail. If it was DSI,
it looks almost like it's like a big shard of something sitting there. To be honest with you, if you cut it off more, then I mean, it's an abstract looking thing then, and you wouldn't even know that it was to me, it was almost like it wasn't a whale anymore.
But being abstract, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what it boils down to is that you're right in your approach. You're right in the story you're telling. But I as an editor, have to decide what's going to go in my publication based on a particular assignment that I give you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. It's all interpretation, as with most of this stuff. You know, so.
I get it,
Yeah.
but I love the whale.
Yeah, in terms of minimalism, it doesn't work because it's just too darn big in the frame.
But moving in
tighter
and abstract would work great.
Yeah. It's totally different.
The beautiful part about this is that if I have you go and photograph macro, then you'll give me a whole bunch of space.
We like to do the things opposite of what we're doing, you know.
Be nice, Robert.
This one is known as well.
Yeah, mine.
Nona. On this particular image, let me see if I remember right. I'm just trying to see the whole thing. That's the whole image, or is that the crop version?
That's the whole thing.
That is the whole image.
Nona, thank you.
It says, and this is Jim's comment: strong visual impact and a good example of what the assignment calls for.
No, I'm going to tell you once again, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know why? This isn't about the balloonist or the person that's riding it. It's about how much serenity is in the space with the rider or the balloonist. Parasailer.
Yeah.
You see, all of that space is telling me that person is very, very small against all of that sky, all of that atmosphere, things that thrill, all the things that we live to do. So it's not about the balloonist anymore. It's about the experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas before, you telling me it's about the hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Hey, no. Tell him that's not a balloon.
That is not a balloon. It's a carriage.
Your parasail.
Paraglide.
Boat. Yeah, I'm glad you left off the boat, because the boat would have ruined it.
Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, in my opinion, I would have loved to have flipped this, but then the mountains wouldn't have been real, and it would have looked weird to have the parasailer coming in from the other side.
I kind of don't think it matters, but if that's what
Okay.
you think.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's
the mountains wouldn't
only
look
you would know that because of where it's from where you live. Nobody else would notice.
Yeah.
Right. If I had to run this as a double page spread in my thing about travel and parasailing, I'd put it on the other side and on my copy on the opposite side, and who would know?
Yeah.
Yeah, flip it.
I tried it. I didn't like it flipped.
Yeah, this
And
is a
that's
good one.
great.
This
That's
would be a good
exactly
one
what I
on the
mean
wall.
about the artistry in you. You make the final decision.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Next one is this is Jex.
There are two things that's happening here, Jack.
Yeah.
I could have done without the bird, or I could have done without the plants,
Yeah.
but I don't need both.
I see. Too much, huh?
Too much stuff.
Well, let's just say hypothetically we move the bird up, and the bird moves up, and I don't have the foliage in the foreground. That bird's action alone, the silhouette of it alone is tension.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, let's take out the bird altogether. Let's erase the bird completely. Lynn, go ahead and do that. And both of these, I believe, would work. That works.
Except for the little clump. Don't forget about that.
That alone works. That silhouette of just those dark against that beautiful golden sky works.
I hear you.
I know you hear me, but you don't like me right now.
No,
He's
yeah,
not
no,
agreeing.
no,
I
that's
can
not the-
tell that. I can tell that's not his agreeing voice. He hears
Well,
us.
I hear you. I don't particularly find that a very compelling picture. It's, to me, it would be very boring to look at that. I'd look at it and
just the
go on to the
opposite.
next shot. Huh?
Just the opposite.
Huh?
Just the opposite. It is you take this, let's just say this entire panel, right? You're slightly cropped and put it against in the living room of a blue, or not in the lobby of a blue background.
Yeah.
I would just say less of that plant material underneath because it's so dark.
And what it is, it's the ocean something hotel.
Like that.
And you're about to go outside onto the beach. That would be absolutely gorgeous.
I would be reluctant to submit this myself based on feedback from you in the past. I would think that I'd get hammered for no detail in the shadows.
Not in this case, because it's a silhouette.
It's a silhouette on purpose, yeah. So is the bird, yeah. Well, I hear you, and I value your opinion, Robert. Don't think I don't. It's because that's why I didn't go into interior design. I just don't have a taste for it, I guess. But
yes. And
now,
I look at these things in multiple use places, because we all value this thing about having something in a magazine. And let me tell you guys, there's so much crap in magazines out there. You get on the plane, you look at the magazine, or you go to Vogue, you look at them and you go like, man, I could have done that easily. But if you go into some of these spaces that are really, really cool spaces, and what you're seeing is color against color, with, in this case, minimalism in a giant space, this would be gorgeous.
Mm. Yeah. Well, here's the next one. This is Helga's.
Just needs more space, more sky.
Yeah, I need more sky with this.
Yeah. So she needs your sky.
Yes.
And you need her bird.
But I also find the sky and if I'm giving a critique on this, and I am, or an observation on this. I find the sky actually distracting.
Yeah.
So what would you do?
I'm saying Jack's sky would be perfect for this.
Yeah,
It's got too many patterns in it.
yeah.
Okay.
Helga, you get, Helga's not talking tonight, so. This is Helga's, yeah.
Helga's in the garage playing with the dog.
She's gonna watch the recording. All right, next one. This one is Lourdes.
Lourdes, I hope you're still here.
He looks naked.
Yeah.
He's not naked.
I know he's not, but when I saw that, he's fishing in the nude.
Sometimes we see what we want to see.
I don't think I want to see that.
Yeah, his belly button's kind of right there.
It's called trolling.
And we certainly don't want to think what might be picked out as bait by a large fish.
Lourdes, this is going to sound a little counter to what I've been saying, is that your image here, although it meets all the criteria of minimalism, the subject matter and what it's doing is just not there. Tell me how you perceive that.
I'm sure. What do you mean by that? I don't understand what you wanted to be like casting or something.
No, I mean he's there in the water. He's holding up a pole. It becomes more about the what he's doing, where he is, than about the space and what's happening on the other side of that.
Activity.
What do you think if it would have been a silhouette shot? This whole thing turned into a silhouette.
And I think it would be great if it's a silhouette. The lighting would have to be changed.
Yeah. But I mean, not seeing the expression on his face and just having just a dark body with a fishing rod on the black background.
And now you see what you're describing, Jack, is exactly what I've been talking about all evening. You're making it about the subject as opposed to about the subject in the space.
Right. Right. I'm getting the hang of this, I think.
Lourdes, any questions?
Yeah.
Nope.
Go to the next image, and you'll see exactly how this image is a problem based on what we just saw, like 3 images down. Where's the problem with this image?
Get rid of the boat.
Yeah, I totally get it. That was exactly my thought when I shoot, but I was not sure if it was correct. But that was exactly what I wanted to do.
On this one, Lynn, come down to the surface. Give me a base. Yes. A little bit more, just a tiny bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Now we have a base against that yellow is now working against the blue.
Yep, got it.
Awesome. Okay. Next is this one is Kelly's.
Kelly, did you process the foreground? How did we get that softness in the foreground?
Kelly's not here.
Kelly's not here. Okay.
Yeah, this looks like a long exposure.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's 5.6 seconds.
I recognize this shot. It's very similar to the one I took last month. And yeah, that had to be a long exposure, and there's a lot of haze in the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's 5.6. It's a 5.6 second exposure. So
then crop it from the bottom all the way up to the darkest. Oh, keep going.
Oh no, too far.
All right, now let go. Give me full screen. And Leslie, I respect what you're saying.
I hear that tone. I hear that tone again. Yeah.
No, that tone is not
Leslie, it's minimalism.
I was saying to you, Leslie, I respect what you're saying, meaning that for your taste, you would want to see more. What I'm doing in this particular case is I want to see less so that we get to the point where that I would go even higher than that if it was up to it, totally up to me. I wanted to go all the way up to the darkest portion without any tonal change. So keep going up right about there. There you go. Good. It now becomes minimalism.
Even though there's so much.
Yes.
Yeah. Because all this negative space, about negative space, guys.
Yes.
We're gonna sleep on us. We need to move along.
All right.
This one is Susan.
Susan. Susan, why is the motion in that tree?
Going.
Well, there was probably wind on the lake.
In this case, I needed that tree to be absolutely still.
And what?
I think, am I breaking up?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Go ahead.
But
Yeah.
you are too, Lynn.
Yeah, I feel like I'm breaking up. But when I get to the only object in the scene, then I get this fuzziness. I don't have any reason why. There's no reference to wind or rain or any reason why that I should have that motion or movement.
Gotta use your imagination.
Well, that's that curiosity you said we needed to have.
Tap the letter F again, and let me find out the shutter speed on this. What is it? 1/160?
1/160.
That has to be a lot of wind for that to be
Not
have
stop.
that kind of movement at 160.
Yeah.
So that's where this image falls short. Otherwise, it's definitely minimalism.
Doesn't that look more like, it doesn't look like motion, it looks like blur. Doesn't look like it's moving at all, it just looks like it was blurred.
And that could be the case.
That's
Yeah.
motion. That's motion blur.
I don't know.
It's, you know, it's moving like this, so it's like all over the place.
The trunk doesn't appear to have any, I could be wrong, but looks more like it was blurred.
This one near the Valerie.
Look at everybody stops.
Valerie?
Valerie, yeah.
Yes, Robert.
Okay. We don't have minimalism here.
No,
No.
you just taught me what it was tonight. I never,
Okay. So you can see it, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Same thing here. This is also hers.
Valerie, you know that's not minimalism.
Yeah, now I do.
If he was like this big and a big old sky, yes, but not this big old bird. Yeah. Not even close. And this one is Tom's.
Hold on, guys, just 1 second here. Give me 1 second. I know we're up against something.
I don't know what this is, but I really like it.
Yeah, it's a mountain.
It's a what?
A mountain.
Well, I like it.
I think the white is a wave.
Oh, it must be a wave.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
it does look like water, yeah. Yeah.
It's actually a rock being swallowed by a wave out
Okay.
near
Okay.
Big Bear.
Oh, cool. Just give me more space.
Yeah, just more white. You can just add more canvas on this, Tom, and it would be perfect. It's just, there's not enough negative space on it.
No, not at all.
For minimalism, for the shot, yes, but for minimalism, you just need more, you need more negative space. But I like the detail in here. Kind of cool.
Cool.
And this one, this is also Tom's.
Yep.
Len, you want to read Jim's thing on this? 'Cause, I think I might be countering his.
The visual tension of the multiple off-kilter angles and the dichotomy of the hard man-made objects attached to, hold on a second, I have to scroll. To the ground versus the soft feathered bird in flight works well. So Jim likes.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna counter his then. I'm gonna add to it.
Okay.
Whose side is this?
The Tom's.
Yeah,
Tom,
it's me.
is Tom here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey,
Yeah,
Jim.
he's
Hey,
here.
everybody.
Hey, Tom.
Hi.
Hey,
Tom,
Rob. Yeah.
thanks for giving me visual interest as well as tension, as well as great lighting, as well as great color.
Hey,
Well,
Tom.
you're welcome.
The only thing I see is like a little corona around the bird, and I'm not sure if that's imaging or if that's if it's just the way the light is or what. But I don't know if you guys can see it. There's like a little ring around the bird. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that, Tom?
I moved it.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
We caught you.
Tom,
So,
guess what? Tom,
is-
guess what?
What's up?
Alan will agree with me. You just lost your creds.
Bummer. So the bird was in the top left a little bit more. And this is actually the square where they up into 2019 did public executions in Saudi Arabia. So the man-made objects or cameras and stuff like surveilling like the square. And so I thought it was a bit creepy.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Alan and
There's
I
a-
both don't like to be duped like that.
Yeah, right.
We do not. And judging by Alan's smile, he agrees with me.
Yeah, just when you move stuff, you got to make sure that you don't let that kind of stuff happen because it's really obvious. No.
Yeah, I'll have to mess with that because
Yeah.
I on my screen I didn't see that at all. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
take a look at how I
Mine
did
has
that.
been calibrated, so even though it's coming through Zoom and it messes up things a little bit, it's on my screen. It's very apparent. So
Yeah, it's apparent to me here,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm wondering what I did to.
yeah. You can just
Because it
take
wasn't-
lighten it up and light the brush up a little bit. Don't you get rid of it. Next
Yeah,
one is this one is berries.
Very. Len, see if you can turn the chromatic aberration on or off or remove chromatic aberration. I'm just wondering if that takes care of that fringing around the windows.
A little bit.
Yeah, you do have some fringy. Now, the difference between Len's shot and Barry's shot is that there's a color combination. There's something on the other side of it of the dome here. There's a colored soft palette that's working. And that's what I meant by Len, your shot was void of something in reference to, whereas Barry's shot is as a reference point, which makes it way more interesting. And once you got rid of that a lot of that fringing around there.
Barry, any comment? Nope.
Okay, this was I didn't shoot this with minimalism in mind. I shot this about 6 months ago, and this is my attempt to kind of do minimalism from my library.
And the next time, Barry, as talented as you are, you're going to go out and shoot the assignment.
Yeah, well, the next shot that I shot, I did go and shoot for 2 images from now.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. Let's see it.
Let's see that one. That's it.
Now, Barry, you failed.
Okay, teach me.
We will.
Len, what do you see in this shot that's the problem?
Well, the lines on the yellow wall, that's to me. And then there's the shadow, because the shadow is so prominent. I think that's also very too much. Plus, I don't know, I kind of don't like it this close to the bottom of the picture.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
We don't have enough behind the shadow. We don't have enough on the other end,
Yeah.
on the left-hand side, and don't have enough on the top.
Yeah.
Barry, you gave me a great subject against a great color, yet you cut it off.
Right. Right
And
here.
the part where you need the most information.
Yeah.
Barry.
So did you
Barry.
crop it at all, Barry?
It was cropped on the top quite a bit and the bottom a
Yes.
little bit.
Yeah.
And
Barry.
I actually had to stretch the image on the left side to get all that space on the left side.
Well, Barry, do you see what's being pointed out to you?
Yeah.
I think so, yes.
More here and more here.
All right, Barry. As they would say in my neighborhood, you're not photographing for me, but I hope you get something out of taking a really good subject against a really good background, and next time approaching it with the point of giving it a lot of space.
A little more space, yeah.
Mhm.
Other than this, good.
Okay.
Okay. And then last but not least on the assigned, this is Diana Rouse.
Diana.
Yes.
Diana here.
Yeah, she's here.
Yep.
Diana, on your left-hand side, the bird coming in.
Wait, hold on, Rob, because I'm watching this on my phone and right now I lost the picture.
Oh, well,
Right.
you know what it looks like. Now, the point is on the bottom, on the bird on the right-hand side. The bird on the right is leaving. I need some more space.
Right here.
Is that why I got nailed?
You didn't get nailed. And you got
I did.
a really great comment. But I don't have enough space around this.
Okay.
Yeah, it just
I can't see it.
Yeah, there's nothing, you need more negative space. Diana, that's basically probably down at the bottom, right? More at the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So otherwise, if I had put that in, it would have been a minimalist.
It would be more of a minimalism.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I do want to point out your bird actions. To me, they're great.
Yeah. You just have to. He's like about to crash into the edge of this.
That's exactly right.
In this case, yeah, he's a little. Looks like he's about to crash. I'm just curious about. Wait.
It's not grandson.
I like this bird, but
dog.
I want to get rid of it for a minute.
Get rid of the branch if you're going to do that.
Yeah. Not a very good job, but
I'll take it.
Yeah, I like that too.
I'll take that.
Forget about this little doodad here, but I like that, just like that. For minimalism, I mean, the two birds in a branch are, a cool image too. You had a little less, a little more at the bottom, so he's not crushing into the bottom. But this is perfect minimalism right here.
I thought about doing that. I thought about doing that, and I showed it to a friend of mine who's opinion I respect and who's a photographer. A professional photographer. And I said, is this minimalism? Because I thought the same thing. I'm going to cut the bird off.
Yeah.
And she said, no, don't do that, because she said you could do that, but a picture is a stronger picture because there's tension with the one coming in and one leaving without taking away the minimalism part of it. So, I mean, it was like, that's why I got really frustrated when I heard the grade, because it's like, damn it, I can't win. But anyway.
You can't, it's hard when you start asking other people about this stuff, so.
Well, right, but I mean, I wasn't, she's not a rank amateur, but, whatever. And I think too, I mean, some of the pictures I've seen here, it's such a subjective thing. I understand the concept of it, but it's super subjective and it's really hard. But anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. Other than that, would it have been a good picture?
Oh yeah, it's still great. This picture itself is great. You just need to add more to the bottom. That's all.
Okay, got it. Okay,
Even-
perfect.
yeah.
And I see it now, Lynn.
Yeah.
I see it
Yeah.
now. He
Yeah, he's
needs
like-
more room to fly. Yeah.
What kind
And I have the room.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay, cool. Thank you.
Diana, what kind of bird is this?
They're rollers.
Rollers.
They're African rollers.
Lilac-breasted rollers from
Right.
Africa. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, we got 24 more to go, guys, and it's wait. We need to get to these.
All right.
This one is Dom's.
Lee, if you'll take the first four,
What?
take the first four images.
Take the first 4 images.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more space around on the sides and a little bit on the bottom.
Come on.
You're seeing it exactly as I wanted you to see it. So I don't take that point.
It to me is a little out of focus.
And I thought somebody was going to say that.
Yeah.
Give me your email address and I will send you the original file. I don't produce pictures that are not absolutely tack sharp.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with this, but if I send you the JPEG, which I still have in my outbox, I knew someone was going to say that. It is, you'll cut yourself on the rust on that.
Okay,
car.
I know what the problem is, Dom. This
I don't hear you.
image is too small. It's low res. It's only 1,280.
Oh God, that was supposed to be like 1,500 by whatever. or
Well,
300.
and you should try to set for the best images. You need to send them with about 3,000 on the long side.
Oops.
Yeah.
I
That's the problem here.
And
It's
I-
just
and I do it, and I do them at 300, but still, it shouldn't look out of. It shouldn't not look sharp, even at that, because I have them usually at 1440 on my website, on whichever was the long side, and they still look crystal clear. I don't know what happened to this. When I was looking at it when it came up, I said, "What the hell happened to that shot?" I mean, I printed a 30. A friend of mine, his father had this car. It was a 36 or a 38, and I printed a 30 by 40 for him, or I had it printed. And like I said, you could cut yourself on the rust. I have no idea why it looks like that, but if it's not the right size, then my fault.
Yeah, I think that's the issue is, it also, the better the resolution, the better it goes on Zoom as well. So that's the other issue. So.
Yeah. Oops, as I said before, oops.
Yeah.
But was that the only comment, that it didn't look sharp and there wasn't enough around it?
Yeah, it's a little tight. I mean, I like I always like to take pictures of vehicles from low and down in the front because it makes them look big and neat, or big and personal, or it almost makes them look like a person. This was shot with a 13 millimeter. Yeah, this is a cool way to do this. And Dom, this is the first, I think, bit of color we've seen from Dom. So thanks for some color.
Oh yeah, I figured, let me put something in this color because you guys will think that I only see and shoot in black and white, but it's very rare for me to shoot color. So, all right, so those were the two colors. Okay. My fault.
One is Dinah Cahill's.
I love this one. I love the spacing, the separation.
Yeah.
People, that the kid at the bottom, his head is like right between the shadow of the two people. Lots of great separation. I really like it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but at the same time, you waited. I mean, other than maybe these two are the only really ones that are overlapping, but the rest of them are everybody's separated. So yeah, kudos to that.
The two kids at the bottom, and then you get the three people right above them, and then the girl in between the two people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a photo in itself, that layer.
Awesome. I felt like this photo wasn't quite there, and I was interested to tell me how you would change it.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I might say is you don't really need all the sky.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. And just bring your everything down so it's more about the people than the sky. That's a little more impactful even, because with all those silhouettes.
Hey, crop it down to the kids, the three people and the girl in the back.
Talking about
From the sides,
Oh, the side, okay. From the left
Yeah.
to the right.
both sides.
Oh, okay. You just want it from here to here?
Yeah. Or even with, yeah. That's a
Yeah,
whole
that's
lot.
kind of cool right there too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because then because these are so much more prominent because they're the dark, you know, the darkness of the silhouettes. Yeah, these guys don't really matter because they're kind of
Yeah, I mean, you could even take those out and just leave those three, the 3 layers would have looked
Yeah.
really
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Lee,
So
come
you
on,
got
buddy.
that's actually pretty cool.
Awesome. Also, this is almost entirely straight out of camera and unedited.
That's
It just looked like this on the beach. It's cool.
awesome.
And the two pictures that you just did with the crop and all, those are two completely different stories.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is about a whole bunch of people at the beach, and now a very small number of people at the beach. So yeah, different
Yeah,
variations
just
of
the
it.
other one is just two kids playing, you know?
Yep.
This one is Hogan.
I couldn't tell if it was in focus.
It is.
Okay. To me, it just didn't look like it was in focus.
Yeah. It's got kind of a weird, I don't know, he's using some sort of like
The
not
filter over
sepia, it's that blue kind of bluish color on it because even the background looks blue on my over here. I'm not sure why she did that, but I
Is
mean,
that
it is in focus.
Celium when it's blue?
Celia, yeah, selenium.
It's called selenium. And
Selenium,
when she's done, and the selenium look of it, it's a crushing of the blacks. So you don't get a really deep black out of it.
Yeah.
You get a soft palette blue when it's done that in this manner, which gives it a very, very soft look.
Yeah.
It's usually printed on matte paper as well.
Right. Yeah, I've seen stuff like this printed on matte paper before, yeah. Next, this is Diana Rouse.
Can you pull it in from the right a little bit? Just to give a little more tension. A little, yeah, that's good.
I like that. He's
And
all
then
well
I
off.
really like it.
What?
Robert,
Oh, it wasn't centered.
yeah, he's not stacked out in the center, yeah.
But
Diane, if you want to know my opinion, take the stray hair out of the eye, camera right.
Hold on, Robert. I'm still walking this goofy dog. The what? Oh, on the right, yeah, over where it's on the eye or on the
Yeah, on
where
the eye. If you enlarge the eye
Oh.
200% on that eye, you will see that there is a stray hair.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But okay. At which point do you start messing too much with the stuff where it's not, you know, you always walk that fine. It doesn't matter. It's okay.
It's
Thank
not
you.
a matter of whether now what Lee has pointed out is the same thing anyone would point out is
No,
that
I
when you
agree.
have a
I like
shot-
that. I like that crop better too.
Yeah, when you have a shot like this, it can be cropped several different ways, and I think that's been brought up throughout tonight as far as usage. But you have a shot that can be cropped. You've done very great treatment to this image to make it very impactful. But Lynn, please go back in on the eye for me. This is the part where you get the mathematical equation wrong in this one step.
Yeah. Okay. And can you take that off, Robert, without messing the eye?
Absolutely.
Yeah, very carefully in Photoshop you can get rid of it. Just one little bit at a time.
Okay.
And your spot healing in Photoshop is very easy to do.
Yeah. And but Dinah, this is like night and day from what I saw 2 days ago.
Right. You said right. I thought you'd get a kick out of it. Yeah.
Now,
Okay,
I didn't want to comment on this one because I got to help her with it. So
you what? Sorry.
I said I didn't want to comment on it because I got involved with what you were doing with it. So
I just think that the tonality of this, the separation of this, the look of this is very impactful. But when you go to that length to make something that this good or make it stand out,
Right.
this
One
well.
little thing.
Then that little
Right.
thing, it's kind of like, okay, you got 2 + 2 = 2.5. And that's
Okay.
not the right answer.
Okay. Thank you.
This one's Brian's.
Brian. Brian,
Yes.
you know you did a good job. So why are you even cheesing like that?
What cheesing? What do you mean? I didn't get a very good score, so I was wondering what was wrong with it.
Yeah. I feel your pain.
Look at what just happened.
Yeah.
You see it?
You changed my photo to something I didn't want it to be.
But why do you
Why
want
is there
everything
so
to
much
be
magenta?
red?
Why is there so much magenta in this photograph?
Yeah. That's the original. This is what I just did.
All right. Now from that,
Well, you like
I just want to know, why is there so much magenta? Give me a reason. I'm good with it.
because that's what was there.
Not. That's not the case. We can't say that. And a lot of people use that. They say, okay, that's what's there. And if that's what's there, that's fine. But here's what the problem becomes. If everything is magenta, then it's going to fool the eye. We're going to want to correct something. So here's what you do. All right, that right there is, I agree with you. It's very much neutral. But at the same time, what I want you guys to do is you find something like, let's say the trees, and subtract out the color from that tree. Make it less magenta in that area. Make it more red in the areas where it needs to be red.
What about
Water.
doing a color selection and making the magenta less?
Your question was, how do you do that?
No, I said, what about just doing that? Just instead of changing the white balance, just selecting the magenta and making it less.
Absolutely. What I'm getting at is when you have this much color, this much control on something, be selective about it.
Okay.
Like the greens in there. The greens could pop a bit more in your the one on the left-hand side, camera left of the water. Yeah, those greens can pop more. The greens in the background above the shed, the bridge, whatever that is, in the background, those greens can pop more. Be selective. Don't just say that's it just because it was there. You're in control of this photograph.
Yeah, and the tree wouldn't be that red.
Which tree?
These trees are.
Huh? Okay.
No, and that's what I'm saying, Brian. You give me a great subject. You did a wonderful job in it, but just like Diana did, you left some things undone.
Okay.
Now, just cross from the top down.
The color tone of it was one of the appeals of the photo to me, but
great. Don't give me so much of it. In fact, the red, give me more of the red around the rim, but not so much in the background.
Okay.
Rim right there.
Right, yeah.
Hey,
Now,
Brian, this is Rod.
Give me one favor. I know it's late, guys, but give me that one pleasure of cropping me down from the top and come down just above that little shed, right in there. That's great. Thank you. So that it's more about what's happening in the foreground than what's happening in the background.
Yeah.
Rod, you were going to say something?
Yeah, it's Rod. I just wanted to say, I know where that picture was taken. It's about just a few miles from where I live in Wisconsin.
Oh, well, yeah, that's where it was taken in Wisconsin.
Amnicon Falls. I have hundreds of pictures of that park. I now know how to edit them.
This one is Jan's. I really like this.
Thanks, Lynn.
Beautiful patterns. I got nothing more to say about this. That the patterns work.
Okay.
Jim's comment was excellent architectural detail, abstract, very precise composition alignment.
I like that too.
Thanks.
This one is Ryan's, yeah.
Brian.
Yes.
All right, now here's what we have here, and this is something you cannot control. Get those birds out of the dark area and up into the light because they're silhouettes.
Yeah, these guys, yeah, he said you can't control it. It is what it is, but it would have been better if these guys, all of them were up here like these guys.
Yeah, that's where the problem is on that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing you could have done about it. I don't know.
Submit the photo.
Let me just try one thing.
So there's nothing wrong with the concept.
They just need to be in a lighter area.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to take I'm increasing the luminance of the red because that's where they're at. That helps a little bit because now you can see the birds a little bit better.
That yellow line crossing them kills it though.
Yeah, right here. And in a shot like this, there's not a whole lot you can do. The sky is the sky. If you waited 5 seconds longer and they were, these guys were up here and these guys were a little higher, but who knows,
Okay.
That's a tough one.
Thank you.
This next one, I do want to address that. This came from Lourdes, is that correct?
Yep.
Is Lourdes still in the house?
She is.
She is.
Lourdes, the problem I have with this beautiful shot, did you hear what I just said? The problem I have with this beautiful shot is no engagement.
Yeah, she should have been looking at you.
Yeah, in the perfect world, the kid would have been mine, but
that's when you go, hey kid.
No, her parents were so busy trying to make her for them to take the picture, but
then you're gonna stand behind them.
Yeah,
I think the only thing that bothered me about this one was just a little bit too much at the bottom here. We don't need to see all the dirt.
Yeah.
Just pull it up here, and again, that makes it more about her than the flowers. Robert?
Yeah, that's what I said. My biggest problem was there's no engagement. When
Yeah.
there's no engagement between subject and especially because they're looking out of frame.
Yeah.
Had they been looking in frame or looking at one of the flowers, it would have been much more engaging.
Yeah.
Got it.
This is Kelly's. She's not here.
Kelly's not here.
Nope.
The composition, the softness of it, the long exposure of it is working for me. So, but it seems like there is some slight overdoing of the clarity on this. Am I seeing that?
I don't know. It looks on the computer.
Go to the pylon, starting from the right, not pylon, pole. Yeah, right in there, and go slightly to the left. No, I'm sorry. Go the opposite way. My other left. It's like right in there that I see that on that pole where that you normally see clarity. Like look at the pole and see the slight halo against the pole on the right and left of the one you're on.
There's a little bit of like
on the one on the right and left.
There's no aberration on the side. Yeah.
It does not take away from the shot, the beauty of the shot at all.
This is one that Jim did comment. It says good long exposure image, nicely composed. It has emotional impact, conveys a feeling of calm and quiet. So
yeah, I wish the person was here. I'm really interested in this next shot.
Going back to that shot just a moment. The flag is way out of focus because of the wind. Would you just take that out of there? It adds very little to the picture.
Jack? That would be the artist's call. That I think it does add something to the picture because of the red in it.
Uh-huh.
And the motion and the movement does not bother me against that blue. Had it been in the white area, I would have more of a problem with it.
Okay.
But take a look at the door on the left-hand side of the opening and then that on the right and how they mirror and match each other, but the red sort of breaks it up.
Yeah.
Again, that would be your call in the sense that I could do with or without it. But I don't
Okay,
find
well, when I take that shot, I'm gonna take that flag out, okay?
Oh, Jack, with me, there's so much motion in this water here. The
Yeah.
motion of the flag kind of, you know, it shows there's motion everywhere, not only just in the water, but in the air as well. So that flag doesn't
Okay.
bother me for that reason. Yeah, it looks like there's motion all the way across behind the, behind the pier, and the water looks like it's moving, even though it's,
Okay.
it's pretty smooth. So that
Well, I
kind of
get-
matches this. So.
Yeah, I guess it was, I guess it's me, but that distracted me a lot. But that's, you're right, it's the artist's call.
Where was that shot?
I have no idea, and our artist is not here, so.
Oh, okay.
It says the city pier on there.
Yeah.
Something, gifted bake shop, that's all it says. I don't know this.
Where?
It doesn't say, it just says gifted bake shop.
Okay.
whose shot is this?
This is Kathy's.
Kathy, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Kathy, I wish I should pull you up. What I'm going to tell you right now. This is the right fog, but the wrong subject.
Okay.
Well, that didn't happen. Let's try to think of what. Yeah, it's just there's too much going on here.
Way too much.
Okay.
Including the doggy bags.
That's
the first thing I saw.
I tried to minimize that, but hey.
Well, it would have been even, I think it would have been cooler if they'd gone over and just shot maybe the trees in the fog that are behind it.
To do what?
Shot trees in the fog.
Oh, okay.
Forget about this thing and utilize these trees somehow, maybe, because they look like cool little trees. No.
Yeah, I just liked all the structure, but if it's too busy, then yeah.
Too much. Yeah.
Way too much.
This one is Susan's.
Susan, did Susan leave us?
I'm right here.
Okay. Let me minimize. Susan, I so appreciate you waiting around for this one because I wanted to make a comment about this. Here is a photograph where a lot of things in here are quite wrong, but they're wrong to the point where they're right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, how do I mean this? What you've done is you've taken up this plant structure and personified it to the point where it's somewhat comical, humorous, colorful, and a lot going on that actually works. Now, what's not working about it? Anybody point it out?
I don't know what's in focus.
That's correct. That's what's not working about it.
Right here.
Okay, well, that is, I did that with the lens, baby. So it's not going to be in focus. because-
There is going to be one point, even on the lens, baby, that's in focus.
Okay,
That's what's missing.
Yeah.
I need 1 point.
1 point.
That's all I need.
Okay.
And I don't have it because you have everything that's right about this.
It looks like a little creature because it has 2 eyes. It looks like a little funny looking creature. Yeah, but yeah, with the lens, maybe you should have at least one spot. I mean, this area here looks like, and the stem right here looks like close to right in this area here. But the important parts here. So,
Yeah, just give me 1. That's all I need.
Okay.
This one is Rod's.
Rod, watch your edges.
Watch my edges.
Watch your edges.
On the edges.
You guys get what I'm saying about the edges, Brian?
I know what it means.
Where's his foot?
Where is his foot?
Am I seeing the whole image or not? Oh, I'm not seeing the whole image on here. Is it enlarged?
Here's the whole image. I got the whole image on the screen.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I see it. I see it now. All right, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good.
My edges are good.
Covering up the image. I was like, I don't remember that covering up the image. Oh, it's
Yeah.
good now.
The other thing is a little weird. This guy's got like, I don't know, there's like rain.
Redness.
What's
I was
that?
wondering about the redness too.
Yeah,
I think that's we can take that around down with saturation.
Well, I was thinking about black and white. And you know, a little more contrast.
A lot more contrast.
Yeah. It's a little flat in color, but I think there's a processing issue going on. I see the gray around his face and on his legs, and you can overcome that. I think it's a little over processed by just making it black and white, and you don't have to worry about that anymore.
I found that the orange was a bit oversaturated.
Yeah.
Okay, and I thought it was somewhat natural. He was really suntanned guy.
Yeah. But somehow it turned all this. I don't know what happened here, but you see this gray. The process, that's something going on. I don't think he's got gray on his skin like that. So it probably the shadows. You try to bring the shadows up, and yeah, it just looks weird. So that's the thing. This one probably would be a great candidate for black and white.
Now, let me just make one quick comment to Rod about this, that what you just said. And I really want you to think about it. Again, I don't expect you to think that I'm gospel or anything, but is this shot about him being a surfer that's sunburned, or is it about what he's doing as far as kite sailing?
Oh, it's about what he's doing.
Then don't distract by giving me all this other information that takes away from what he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And if it doesn't, please let me know.
So I'm saying,
No, I understand what you're saying.
Getting rid of the color, then it's all about him and what he's doing.
Correct. And that's the nature of the two. Oftentimes I hear, well, that's the way it was, but it doesn't necessarily mean that has to be the way it's communicated.
No, if he'd have been in a little more of a silhouette, would that have been a minimalism picture?
It would have been a minimalism type of shot had you given it more sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot more sky. Yeah. Think about the image that Nona had of the paraglider.
Right.
Much smaller in the picture.
It's like last time we had blue hour and everybody had gray skies. It's like minimalism, give it just a lot more space.
Next.
Okay.
We're running out of time. It's getting like your 10.
Okay. Lee, excellent job.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And you know it.
Considering you're 8,000 feet and you can barely breathe, I think you did a good job.
Yeah. Great shot.
Thank you.
I want to go to these two shots. Fong, are you still with us?
Yes.
I think you did a great job of gathering the emotions of this particular dancer, the whole nine. I think that from where you were and what you've been doing over time, you've captured the essence of the moment. Now go to the next shot. You destroyed it right there with your flash.
Yeah.
Why did you use a flash?
Huh?
Why did you use a flash?
Because this page too dark.
The flash on it is distraction.
And what are you shooting? What did you shoot this with? Let me look on here.
Huh?
You could have increased your ISO up to a lot higher, and not use flash.
And she was on F32, or is that 3.2?
A 3.2.
3.2. Okay,
She's
never
wide
mind.
open, but she should have increased her ISO to, these new cameras can go way up, way up, and then you don't have to use flash. You just have to,
Okay.
deal with a little bit of noise. There's even noise in this with the flash. So.
Okay.
Hey, don't be afraid to, increase your ISO to. I mean, sometimes I'm shooting at 20,000.
Fung, that's why you bought that fancy camera, remember?
Yeah, so you can shoot at high ISOs.
Lynn, before I forget to mention it, watch the video and pay attention to your mic because you can follow with feedback.
Right. Next is
Give me contrast.
That is flat as that
Whoa.
that did not transfer over the way it should have either. So I have no idea what's going on with Zoom. But if you look, it's exactly, every zone is exactly where it should be. That dark sky is a zone 1. The bottom of the image is about a zone 3.5. Everything is where I wanted it. I have no clue why it looks like this on Zoom.
I will tell you this. I looked at the image that wasn't on Zoom and it was still flat when it came across.
I'll email you the image.
No, I get it. I'm just saying what I got. And then what I got was not a Zoom image.
I take what you're saying about contrast, but it's exactly where I wanted it to be. And if it's not showing up the way it looks when I do it, then it's got to be a problem. There's a problem in translation. I don't know what it is.
John is correct.
There's a so yeah, now this on Zoom looks more like what I guess that you sent across.
You're breaking up. Yeah, it's exactly the way it doesn't look like that. The image that I produced has a much brighter center, almost like you want to call it a spine. That's at about a zone 7.5, 8, and everything trails off from that, and the sky is exactly where it should be. So I don't know why what we're looking at is so flat.
Now let me tell you the great news. You ready for it?
Go right ahead.
This is an excellent image in emotion.
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent.
It's like a spirit going up to heaven.
Yeah, I'm doing a series on clouds, and I got this one from my balcony about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Gorgeous. And I'm so angry that what I'm seeing, what I'm producing is not showing up on Zoom the way it should. I don't know.
Dominic, can I ask you a question? This is Jack.
Go ahead.
Are you using an Apple computer?
No, I'm using a PC.
Okay. And when you
calibrated screen.
Okay. I'm thinking that when you send it by email, it's getting cropped or it's getting reduced. Compressed, yeah. And I had that same problem with Apple until I figured out what I was doing wrong.
Yeah, but none of my other ones have come across like that. Unless I did something with these 2 images that I hadn't done before. I don't know. I'll have to look. And see what's going on.
Yeah. Check and see what size they are, because they're both about 1,000, a little over 1,000 on the long side. So yeah, check and see if they compress them.
It should be. Yeah, I don't. Again, I could have messed it up when I did save a copy as a JPEG, but it just annoys me so much that you don't see what I saw and what I intended you to see.
And yes, and we are all getting feedback.
Hey,
Is anybody else having trouble with the sound?
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty
exactly
bad
what I said.
tonight.
We're getting problems with the feedback on the sound, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Assuming that that's not what it really looks like, because it's not. Other than that, what were the comments?
That was the comment, is how great this image is.
Yeah. Really. Yeah, it's got a lot of feeling to it. So
yeah, it's breaking up. But okay, I will look at them and go through my process and see what the heck I did wrong. Because even on my website, as I said, I do 1,440 on the long side either way, and there's 800 meg, 800 kilo, not even a meg, and they look exactly the way I think they should look, whether it's on my phone or my PC or other people's PCs. I just don't know what happened with these two. The ones prior to this, I had no issues with them. It's me. User error. I'll figure it out.
This is Karen.
Karen, you're headed in the right direction. The problem is on the left-hand side mainly.
The red?
What's over there? Why?
Okay.
Come up from the bottom, Len. Just up to the bottom of her, the paint artist elbow. Come up higher. Come up slightly higher. There we go. Good. That's it. Go into it.
Poster, yeah. Get rid of this clip thingy here.
So it becomes like what the artist is painting is far vastly different than the person that is projecting.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Thank you. I can fix that.
Yep, you fix it. Not a problem.
Yeah.
This one is Jack.
What was this called?
Sunrise, Everglades sunrise.
My biggest problem is the dark red up top.
Oh.
These are
that one right there. That's my problem.
Mm.
And why?
Okay.
Why is it because it's taking away from everything else, or why?
Yeah, it's very, very prominent up there.
Yeah. I understand.
Can you fix that?
Easily.
How?
Or you can make it lighter. Right?
Yeah.
It just kind of makes it kind of like a heavy spot up here.
Right, because when you first look at the photograph, you're not seeing that beautiful sunset. You're seeing that those two dark areas up top.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, that could easily be fixed or totally removed.
Yeah. Have you got more sky? Do you have to work with up there?
I can't hear you, Lynn. I'm getting.
Yeah, the
Sorry,
feed
do you
is
have
really
more
bad.
sky?
Yeah.
How about that?
How about what?
I'm adjusting my microphone.
Hey, yeah, it sounds better now. I can hear you.
It's like it's flipping in and out too. I don't know what's going on with this.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes and goes. Yeah. But anyway, I appreciate the comment. Thank you. That can be easily corrected. I didn't appreciate how distracting it is until you mentioned it.
Yeah. Wait, it is. This one's Jack as well.
Jack,
Hmm?
that's an excellent portrait.
Yeah. Thank you.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, you said it was a nice portrait.
I said it was an excellent portrait.
Oh, excellent portrait. Oh, that's worth at least another 2 more points. That's great. Okay.
Well above average photograph of an alligator.
I'm sorry?
It's a well above average photograph of an alligator.
I caught about every third word. Something about an alligator.
I'll type it in the chat.
Okay. Thank you.
I just wonder if somebody doesn't have a computer on a second computer that's giving us this echo from everything.
No, it's, I thought it was just me, but it's everybody.
No,
It's
it's
everybody.
everybody.
We haven't had this problem before, and so now we're having it for the first time.
Yeah, and
Maybe
that's,
if everyone mutes, it might work.
Okay. Lynn, I had a problem with the fact that you had two different directions on this, which makes me think it's an overlay.
Well, it is a double exposure.
Okay. Now, Lynn,
Yeah, I did it on purpose. One of the classes that I listened to at out of Chicago live was from the woman that actually started the ICM magazine.
yeah, I know you. I know you're talking about.
And she does these kind of something I had tried before, so I tried, and I have a bunch of these, but I kind of like this one, and I heard it was all green. I really liked it better in black and white.
Well, if I could point out that go to the very center of this image, and not to the right, yeah, in that center portion, there's a little square down the bottom in the middle.
Yeah, here.
That problem is a big problem.
Okay. Not sure why I did that, but I don't know.
That's the only part that looks out of place.
Yeah. I mean, what I thought was kind of weird was, how it looks like it's going in and out of each other. That was really strange. But this was all in camera. Obviously, it's double exposure, and it did it. I can't remember if I was using additive or. I mean, she uses a lot of darken it. I don't think it's because when you do a double exposure, you can do average, add, light, or dark. And this one might have been dark. And I don't know, it was really strange when I saw it. I'm like, oh, that's different because it's behind this one, but in front of that one, it was like weird.
Is that one in the center that looks off?
This little bitty one right here.
Yes,
because
that
this one
throws
went
me
over
off.
the top of it. Yeah, it's just weird. So yeah, okay. This was an experiment, and I wanted to put it forth. So
then, what is it a picture of? What was it before you started?
I was at Circle B. No, I wasn't at Circle. I was at Lettuce Lake Park, and it was some of the forest at Lettuce Lake Park.
It was what? Sorry, some of the what?
It was the part of the someplace I was shooting at Lettuce Lake Park, and it was something there. I don't even remember what it was now because I spent the whole time I was there doing these things, and so everything looks weird. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an experiment.
Hey, that's.
And I don't have. I'm not averse to putting experiments in here. This one is Nona's.
Nona's, is Nona still here?
I'm still here.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Enlarge that to those eyes for me, Lynn, if you. My goodness.
It's in focus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's very comical.
Yep. Yeah.
So great impact on that.
Yeah. And she was shooting at 3,200th of a second, which is perfect. That's how come that's why it's in focus.
Yes. So yeah, again, don't give me that other image that you gave me and try to sell me on the hieroglyphics.
I have lots of these.
Well, keep giving them to me.
Yeah, there you go. This one is Valerie's.
Valerie, you still there?
Yeah, Robert.
Oh, I'm glad to have you. What do you think about this? What do you want to say about this image? What are you telling me about this image? Because no matter what you say, you're gonna get good remarks.
I used my very brand new macro lens on this, believe it or not.
Macro lens.
The one you told me to buy. And I was
Okay.
trying it out on macro, and I thought, she's standing there on that rock, and I just shot at her, and I just liked the photograph. So
Now, did I not say you were going to get good remarks, right? the action of her, yes, it could be, we all can tell you how to technically make this a bit more process, but the action of it, it feels like she's walking on rocks and just teetering left to right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what she
And
was.
it has a good feeling to it.
Well, thank you.
A really nice composition.
And yeah, and she's separated really well from the background.
Really
too.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
I have 3 answers.
What's all the red stuff all over her? Is she bloodied up?
No, I was just going to explain. She was at a school rally, and so they painted their faces and she used her hands and she put it on her legs and stuff. So it's some kind of a school.
Okay.
Yes.
My imagination was going wild. I thought she had fallen on the rocks.
Yeah.
That's the doctor. That's the doctor talking.
I'm thinking, she looks so relaxed. How can she be so calm?
Well, she just got through murdering somebody in the woods.
No, I really thought she had fallen in the rocks.
But Jack, the great thing about it is that had the artist not been here to tell you the story, see, we would have still been wondering.
I would have known for sure. It would have been a fact.
Right.
I have the proof right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert. And
thank you, Valerie.
This one is berries.
Lens, but I'm having a hard time with the macro.
That's not exactly a macro.
No, but I had it on there and I just shot it walking.
Hey, you do what you have to do. I've shot hummingbirds with a macro before, so.
Yeah, you did a wonderful job, Valerie.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Yeah. This one is berries.
That's a gorgeous silhouette.
Yeah.
Do I need to say anything else, Barry?
I can't think of anything to add to this one.
No. I like the fact that you could see the lure and he didn't cut him off at the knees.
Yeah, my original title on this one was Lone Fisherman, but then a day later I realized I should have called it Catching the Sunset.
Either one. This one doesn't even really need a title.
Can I make a suggestion?
I'm listening.
Sure.
Lynn mentioned that she liked the lure, but to me, I fished my whole life. To me, that's like the point of the least amount of action when the lure is just hanging there and you're getting ready to cast. If the lure is not there, I'm imagining you really can't see the line at all. If the lure is not there, to me, it would look more like he's doing something.
Yeah.
Like he's either trolling in or he had just cast it or something, rather than just being at the moment when everything is the most like calm and peaceful and nothing is going on. Just my 2 cents.
Interesting.
Excellent point, Dominique.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents. But if you can see the line, then
you can barely see it. There's a little bit of line right there.
If you can get rid of it, maybe he can
that's easy.
his own line, a very thin, whatever going into the water. It just from somebody who fishes and sees fishing pictures, that just bothers me that it's hanging there and nothing is happening.
Great point.
Yeah, I agree with your point.
Yeah.
But then again, what do I know? I screwed up my own
Move the
picture.
lure over here.
Well, and just because you screwed up yours doesn't mean you can't have an opinion.
And while we're on the subject, I couldn't wait. I went into Photoshop. Everybody does this. My last 4 or 5 eyeballs were checked off. I normally on, off, and I look at my changes. I flattened that file with my last 4 or 5 eyeballs off. And of course, they were some of the ones that involved contrast and the brightness.
Okay.
User error. My apologies.
Dominic, are you still with me?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Don't ever blame me for your corrections. Lack of.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying.
I took it personally, like you're saying.
It didn't look right. And you're saying it was my fault. You were right. I didn't flatten it with all the eyeballs that needed to be on.
See? Most people try to challenge me and they lose.
My
Come
fault.
on, guys, we got one left to go. Let's do it.
Hey! And it's a good one too.
It's good except for the far right side, which means I have too much on the left and not enough on the right.
Yeah, maybe. I kind of like it though.
Give me a square on that. And
Yeah.
now we're talking.
Better.
Since this was not minimalism, we don't need all that extra stuff on the right, on the left.
Yeah.
That's Diana's.
So aggravating.
I think we lost.
Diana's still here?
She's gone.
Okay. Well, that's a problem right there.
I'm here.
But Diana, don't ever leave me before I give you your final.
Yeah. Yeah. The other issue is this. This was just kind of a. Guess the eye is in focus, just barely.
And I don't mind it when it's that there's a term called circle of confusion. Anybody ever heard of it?
Yep.
That's my life.
Circle of confusion, it means that it's in there enough.
Yeah.
That is not a problem.
Right.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, if I had more space, like a lot more space on the left side, would that have been a minimalist shot?
No, because of the right side. The right side, you
Oh,
see that
too much,
turbulence
yeah.
on the back.
Yeah.
That needs to go further.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like where he's been. Normally we want to see where they're going, but he's causing this disturbance, so we kind of need to see where he's been. This is like chopping off his tail.
Right.
That's easy to expand the canvas and add that.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you got good detail in everything in the feathers. That's awesome.
Yeah. I really, really appreciate all you guys that hung in there.
Yeah.
Yes, guys. That is now I gotta figure out how to stop sharing.
Thank you for joining us from Las Vegas.
Yes, everybody.
Yeah, you know,
It wouldn't have been the same without you.
I really, really wanted. I mean, I told the pilot I had some place to be.
Yeah, right.
Was that
And the hat
Southwest
really
Airlines you were
works.
flying?
No, actually, I was flying United.
Oh, okay. That's why you got there on time.